Son of a bitch, Robin. You son of a bitch. He could see me getting winded, and I think he was like, I'm going back out, and I'm going to make him do this again.
I just took a breath. I didn't even care this time.
Oh, yeah. No, I try not to, but what's happening, guys? It's Past Gravy, episode 438. Happy Gravy Day to you and yours. It's Alex, Pat, and Bobby back again, and we do this every week where we try and somehow bridge the gap into, hey, we're just starting the pod in the Precome segment. So let's just start the podcast in the Precome segment. Who wants to share something or ask something of the group? Pat, you're first.
This came up a little bit beforehand. I think I stumbled upon something genius because Alex has been saying, for those of you that haven't heard, Alex is engaged now. Congrats, Alex.
Thank you. Thank you.
And he's been saying that he feels super weird saying fiance. And I came up with a term before the podcast that I think is going to work. Because fiance is a French word. We don't want to use French words. It's weird. She's your pre-wife.
Pre-wife.
I think that can catch on.
I don't hate it. It does make more sense. Like I feel douchey saying like fiance. It's like, oh, by the way, like, I'm not married, but like I'm about to be. It's like that's like you're my girlfriend until that point. I'm not at the point where I'm like, oh, my fiance, and like I just don't like drop it like that.
No, it's girlfriend, pre-wife, wife. And I want the other guys that are engaged that listen out there to try this.
Pre-wife.
You know, I don't hate this. Like, there's already like midwife, so why can't there be a pre-wife?
Which is a midwife is somebody that
like helps women give birth. I think
that's what that is.
Something like that.
No, then what's a doula? I thought is a doula a midwife?
Same, but different. But still
similar in dealing with mothers and babies, but they might do other things.
I'm pretty sure it's just a different name for the same thing.
Does a doula prep you for giving birth?
No idea.
A midwife helps you while you're giving birth?
No idea.
I had a friend that just had a baby, and I'm pretty sure she had a doula and a midwife, so I should know this, but I always get weird asking pregnancy and birthing questions because one, I'm not going to ever have to do that. And two, it's weird
basically
to ask that of people. Did you eat the placenta? How was that?
Hey, can I ask you about your vagina?
Do you mind talking? Like, one, did you poop?
Just as a friend.
To give birth. Weird question to ask, though. Two, it's like,
I'm going to text my friend right now that had a baby that I never even thought to ask her.
Didn't that friend that you're talking about had the placenta like in a smoothie or something?
Gross.
I want to say yes. Maybe not. I don't remember.
I think.
I don't remember.
I think I saw that in her stories.
Yeah, I don't know.
Instagram stories.
I mean, it's not my thing. So whatever you're into, do. But just like I don't know. I've never had a baby. I didn't understand that like an engagement was like graduation, where everybody's like, congrats. I've been with Emma for 10 years. Now she just has expensive jewelry on her hand. Like that's it. Like that's all it is. And like I'm gonna have to pay money. Like we're gonna have to pay money to have a big party with our friends, which is gonna be cool. But like I'm gonna be poor now after that. So
just get married at the courthouse and have a reception.
Or Southern Star Brewing Company.
Well, of course, the reception is going to be at Southern Star.
I think they offered the wedding as well, but we'll have to discuss. It's not really my decision at this point, honestly.
Nope.
And I'm okay with that because I'm not really a big planner. I was like, not football season, and not on a Sunday. Those are my two bugaboos.
Yep.
And I think other than that, like I'm pretty good. And it's like, how many of the gravy gang am I going to be allowed to invite? Because I mean, if it were up to me, it'd be like, yeah, everybody show up. But I don't know. There's going to be rules to that, I'm sure.
They're a lawless bunch. They might just show up anyway.
That is true. They could just crash it.
You should send an official, like, real wedding invitation to Little Nas X, though.
Oh, I mean,
because what if?
I don't know the address. Yeah, what if? And he just like somehow hops on the mic. Like, all right.
I mean, I'm sure you can find his management company. You just send it to them. Hopefully they forward it.
They're like, hey, this random guy that you don't know. Once a
invited
year
you to his
wedding.
wedding in Texas. You want to go?
And he's not gonna pay for the flight. So,
No.
Thoughts?
He's also weirdly obsessed with you. He sent us a lot of letters in the past.
No, those are just mostly tweets. But I do like pre-wife. I think pre-wife makes more sense, and I think that it doesn't sound as douchey. Like fiance is like just trying to go out of your way to drop a big word.
I bet you every woman that's listening to this right now is like, no, pre-wife. Pre-wife sounds way douchier.
No, it's like she's about to be like, that makes more. It's easier. Like if I didn't know what fiance meant, because we've been beaten to death with it over the years from hearing about fiancés and shit, which I haven't really. It's just like hearing people use it my whole life. You're like, okay. But like, if I didn't, like, if you just introduced me to the word fiance, I would have no idea. Pre-wife, I'd be like, oh, that's like your girlfriend until she's married to you, right? Pretty simple to put together. And that's what I'm looking for here. And I thank you, Pat, for simplifying that for everyone. So pre-wife,
you're very welcome.
Fiance out, pre-wife, that's what's up. That's in. But maybe we compare like getting engaged, like with the congrats to graduations, just because like I'm about to go into a bunch of debt and lose a lot of money to have like to party essentially. And then college, you're basically just about to go in debt for the rest of your life to party. And then you learn some things along the way in both. That might be why. So I answered my own question, because it is weird to have somebody be like, congrats. I'm like, I didn't do anything, dude. I bought a thing. And I asked a question. And that was easy.
Hey, that's doing something.
I guess so. I guess it is. Did anybody else have anything they wanted to share with the group or ask?
Yeah, I want to ask you guys, Christmas shopping, we'll talk about it later. But when it comes to gift wrapping, are you wrapping it? Are you paying someone to wrap it? Or are you just putting it in a bag?
Put it in a bag.
Bag, buddy. 100% bag.
Bag man all day.
Emma wanted a grill a couple of years ago, and I got her, like, I'm a bag exclusively. And I was like, damn it, this grill's not going to fit in the biggest bag that I have. And I wasn't going to go to the store to buy more. So I just took some wrapping paper and wrapped half of the griddle. And by that, I mean, I just taped a bunch of wrapping paper around it and then was like, here, don't open until Christmas. So it was like just a sideways laying bag with part of a griddle wrapped up until you got into the bag. But you could definitely tell it was a griddle at that point. And she's like, I wonder what this is. I'm not figuring out wrapping. Okay. I've tried it. I don't understand how you fold corners. I don't understand, like, that's how do you cut like precise amounts to where, well, this is where I fold it. Like, I'm just not good at that stuff. I can buy tissue paper. I can buy bags. I buy way more bags than I need. Then sometimes I throw it in a closet and I have extra bags if I ever have to give a gift throughout the year. That's a nice little surprise. And sometimes in the next Christmas, you're like, hey, I have 2 medium-sized bags. This is awesome. And yeah, tissue paper, throw that in that bitch, done.
I just leave the bags at my parents' house, go, Mom, save these for next year.
That's not a bad idea either.
Like I get to my parents' house, then usually on Christmas Eve, me and my brother run out and do some shopping. And then like that night, actually half the time it's not until like 10 minutes before we all actually sit down to do the presents that me and him throw them all into bags. We're pieces of shit.
Although it doesn't matter though, does it? Like if you're like, oh, I got my stuff. Like if you have it, like me wrapping it, as long as you're not like holding everybody up wrapping it. If it's like, oh, hey, we're opening gifts in 5 minutes, and you're like, all right, well, real quick, let me go wrap these, and it takes you 5 minutes to do it. That's not a pain in the ass. Like if they're waiting on you because like, shit, I didn't wrap anything, that's kind of an asshole move.
Everyone knows if you're getting a gift from me or my brother, it's not going to be heartfelt, but we're getting you something.
Oh, you got me flashlights and a glasses repair case. I think I saw these in the checkout at Walgreens. Yep. That's what I got.
Figured you could use a flashlight.
And a Twix.
Dad,
I know you like Twix.
Here's some more sandals, because we only have 2 pairs, and when we all want to walk outside at the same time, it's inconvenient for me or Andrew to have to put on our shoes. So I got you something that we're going to use. Did that one.
Robert, are you a rapper? Like a gift wrapper guy?
Yes, but I don't do a good job of it. But I think that's part of the charm.
How many tries? I guess it kind of is when it's like sometimes you just like nail it and it's like, oh, okay, this looks like maybe like somebody did it. Or I always would just like, I have tape all over every part of that box because it's just like I'm taping it as tight as I can. And then there's like a little like hump at some part where I couldn't figure out how to like smooth the paper over or whatever. But like I haven't done anything but bag in like 3 years. At a certain point, it was a decision I made. I'm just a bag guy for the rest of my life. And I've never looked back. It's a freeing feeling.
I wrapped a gift a few days ago where I didn't measure out the correct wrapping paper, so you can see like the box, like a little sliver of the box. Like,
do you see what it was?
Never measured in my life.
No, then you just tape over it. You get more wrapping paper. You just get a little sliver, and you tape that bad boy. Like mine would have duct tape and shit all over, or just masking tape everywhere. Like it was half tape.
I never cared if it was both. Like I would cut a piece big enough, fold over each side, fold the corners in, and tape that bitch down. Was it like all the way smooth around the outside? No.
Nope.
But I didn't care. I wasn't going to figure it out. You should just be happy that I was putting in any effort to wrap it at all and not putting it in a bag. And then I found out about bags, and I've never wrapped a present since.
Right. And then
the only thing I've done is like my mom will be like, hold this corner real quick when she's wrapping presents.
Right. And I'm like, how do you wrap anything then with having to have somebody hold it the whole time? That's crazy.
Moms, dude.
Moms just know shit. Everything. That's very true. Emma can wrap stuff awesome. And I'm just like, no, you're going to get in a bag. I'm sorry. This is how it is. In high school, I used to, like when I didn't have money to just go buy bags, I would just wrap shit in newspaper.
They know how to wrap bags. We know about the details of the ice bowl from 1967?
Yeah, like I'm too worried about like fantasy football.
We know shit that they don't, but they know shit that we don't.
Side note on fantasy football, I know nobody cares about my team, so I'm not talking about my team. I am the commissioner of a league that has always played on a 16-game schedule, and our playoffs started early because you never want to have people not play all their starters and then you get fucked in a championship. So our playoffs start this week, and somebody has the Patriots, and the Patriots are on a bye week.
Yeah, they really fucked up. I know they expanded the schedule. Bye week should not go past week 13. Week 13 should be the last bye week. It's too late to have buys.
There's a couple of people that aren't very happy with me right now. And I was like, dude, I didn't know. Like, honestly, could have affected anybody. Should have got the bye. You should have got the bye. But so just that might be something that people are going to deal with if their playoffs start this week. But regardless,
yeah, I don't believe
start next week. So yeah, moving on. Robert, did you have anything else other than you wanted to brag that you wrap things and
I don't do a good job. I'm not bragging at all. But no, that was it.
I feel like a life hack that like I've never tried, so maybe it's a life hack. Like sometimes people give you like those like bags, and then it looks like it's a candy, like it's like wrapped up where it's like twisted at the ends. Like if you just buy a bunch of like bags and then wrap them up with wrapping paper, you can just twist the ends, and it looks like it's like festive and candy.
I just found out both my playoffs start in week 16. It's going all the way to week 17.
There's 18 weeks though.
That's right. Okay. So I feel better now. See, that's what used to fuck. See, it's fucking me up already. Because
there's always one more week of the season than there are games you play. So 17 games, 18 weeks, 16 games, 17 weeks.
You just made me check my thing, and I had a heart attack. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, I had a couple of things I felt like I should bring up. I was hearing somebody talk about like the tooth fairy, and like I think it was like up to $5 now you give your kid for a tooth, according to this parent.
Excuse me?
Hey, thanks a lot, Obama. Inflation, am I right? I'm just kidding. I think the inflation. It's just that's what it is. It's the shipping shortage or the whatever it is that's holding.
Is this Richie Rich's parents? Get the fuck out of here!
Command. Somebody said they were giving their kid $5 a tooth, which gave me the idea. What if we found a bunch of fake teeth? Like, I'm sure you can buy fake teeth online somewhere. Or even real teeth. We can find a line on like real teeth.
Dog teeth.
What if we just found like a ring of kids that, like, we're just like, hey dude, you get a cut, but we're gonna supply the teeth. You put them under your pillow, we get a cut out of it every single time. And then eventually they're like, hey, you've lost 76 teeth in the last year. We don't think there's that many teeth in your mouth. It's like, I don't know. Maybe I got an extra layer. I think we could make some cash that way.
I mean, this is just another time that the kids of Gravy Tech can come into handy for us.
Well, see, no, because those would be the kids of people that are listening to us that we don't want to rip off. It's just, it's got to be like those kids' friends.
Maybe we could combine this with the division of Gravy Tech kids that fools old people that have Alzheimer's.
I don't like that part. I don't like fooling old people. Like fooling adults with their kids, but we also get a cut of it. Like, I'm cool with that.
Oh, here's what it is. We use our Gravy Tech kids to recruit their friends.
They're recruits. They get our recruits.
They get a
go to
finder's
school
fee.
And they're like, hey, you want to make some cash? I got a tooth guy. All you got to do is we funnel in the teeth. They funnel out the money. Everybody gets a little taste. Everybody wets the beak a little bit. And that's just a stream of revenue for all of us.
We're creating jobs. Stimulating
the economy at this point. There's got to be something in that. I don't know how many kids you'd need, but I feel like if we got I don't know, somebody's like elementary class, somebody that has a kid in elementary, and we could get them to lure all their buddies in. Everybody could be.
Well, careful. You don't want to lure kids.
A little bit better. Not us. Their kids are like Gravy Gang kids, like their friends would be the ones that get lured by other kids. Not by us.
Don't say lure when you're talking about kids.
We're not near the kids. Kids.
Just don't say it.
Nowhere near the kids.
Just don't say Lord.
I think though that we could make some cash doing this. This seems like some sort of scheme we could run.
You want to make cash by luring kids? Okay.
No, not that way. By giving kids fake teeth that then they can get turned into cash that then we get a cut of.
You want to lure and stimulate kids in the economy.
No, I don't like the way you're wording these things. You know what I mean. You're trying to use my own words against me, and I'm not going to let that go. So with that, now you're cut out of this deal.
You're luring and stimulating kids, and for that reason, I'm out.
I didn't say any of that. Pat, you don't get in on this anymore now. Robert and my fake tooth business is going to really take off.
You and Jelaine Maxwell are going to have a great business one day.
Nope.
Well, hey, the shadow trial is going on right now that nobody's allowed to see or hear, so she's going to fucking not be arrested.
Oh, you've been watching the trial?
No, because you can't. They will not allow anyone to. There was a account that was live tweeting what was going on inside of it, and Twitter shut it down.
I don't know.
American people definitely aren't going to be fucked by this somehow.
I've not really been following it, if we're being honest, so I don't really want to weigh in on it.
Neither have I.
I don't like talking about trials.
Well, not that kind of trial. There is a funny trial going on right now. Juicy Smollier is trying to say that he didn't do it.
See, I don't want to talk about that either. Let's discuss other things.
It's okay. Chappelle made it funny. Go listen to him if you want to find out why it's funny. Not us.
Let's discuss other things like farting at urinals. It's rude kind of to just like rip ass at a urinal if you're also at like a partitioned urinal, right?
No way. No, I am hard
like, because I'll do it if it's just me, but like if there's other people, it's weird when it's just like Brr!
It's funny.
Is it?
As long as you don't shake with laughter so hard after somebody else farts that you like get pissed on your own hand. It's funny. I've never not laughed when I was in the bathroom and heard a fart. Mine or somebody else's.
Robert, what about you? Do you think it's rude, and do you do it?
I don't do it, but is it rude? I don't know. I wouldn't want to hear it. No.
If you can't fart in a bathroom, where are you allowed to fart?
But like in a public urinal, like if multiple people
like,
in there.
Oh hey, Pat, and Robert's just like, Brr! And just like loud ass fucking fart. Like, You'd be like, this
He
is
had to
weird.
fart.
Like, he's right next to me. Right. But then, like, I guess. I mean,
What do you want
can't
to do?
really
Just
knock it.
hang
It's just
out
weird.
in the bathroom until there's nobody else in there? Or do you want him to have to walk all the way to the outside of the building and then like look around and make sure nobody's in the parking lot and then fart? No, you fart in the bathroom. Bathrooms are supposed to smell like pee and
Sometimes when
poop
you
and
gotta
farts.
you gotta, but I try not to unless I'm like by myself.
Well, okay, here's another reason I don't mind it. I'm a shy peer. Sometimes in public, I don't pee so well. And if somebody farts, I'm going to laugh, I'm going to relax, and I'm going to start peeing.
But you're not a shy pooper, right?
No, not even a little.
So how does that work?
I don't know.
Doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. I don't like peeing at troughs, man. There's too many people right next to me. You know what it is? Have you ever seen Waiting?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like when you just shy peeing in front of people.
I wouldn't want to pee at a trough either.
I've done it. I don't know. It's weird. It's like 50-50. Sometimes I walk in, I piss fine. Sometimes all of a sudden I'm just standing in front of the urinal and I'm like, damn it. My body is a fucking mystery, man.
I always feel like the troughs are easy because you don't ever worry about backsplash. Like sometimes if you go into one of those restrooms that has like the low urinals, like you kind of get weird backsplash. Like I don't like this at all. This is weird. Like they have those like little like pads, those like spiky pads, and it's like I think supposed to stop backsplash, but it feels like it just creates more.
Yeah. We have that at the restaurant, which is weird because like our men's restroom is just a single, but there's a toilet and there's a urinal. And people were discussing the other. Okay, so in that scenario, if you had to pee, would you use the urinal? Because I fucking don't.
I'd use the urinal.
I don't. I just use the toilet.
I watch soccer at. That's the same situation with one of their restrooms, and it's like every time you go in there, I just use the urinal when I gotta pee.
But see, this is why there's always a chance of backsplash at a urinal. If I'm peeing into a toilet, I'm not getting any backsplash.
True, but then you gotta worry about if you pee on the seat. You gotta worry about
no, you don't.
And it's like
you either lift the seat or you wipe the fucking seat when you're done if you get some dribble on it.
So that's already one step that I don't have to do, and I just zip piss.
I'm just
urinal's faster to me.
It probably is, but if it's a single, I'm peeing in the toilet. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Wouldn't it be tight to have a urinal in your house? Like I always felt like that. That'd be sick. I don't know where it'd go in my bathroom currently, but
just
like,
right next to your toilet.
Just if you had a big enough bathroom to just have a urinal also.
So you had like toilet, bidet, urinal.
Right.
That'd be dope. Or if you just had two toilets, one for poop, one for pee.
There's a yellow one and a brown one.
Or you just alternated so one didn't get stained as bad.
Brown toilets. That's another idea. You don't have stains if you have brown toilets.
No, you don't want that because then you're not going to realize how bad you need to clean your toilet. Like if I had a brown toilet, do you have any idea what my toilet would look like on the inside? Like if you put a black light on it, it would.
How many times do you think people are putting black lights on your toilet though?
I guarantee you this: if I had a brown toilet, I would not clean my toilet. I just know myself as a person.
Gravy Tech, get on it. Somebody's like that would sell somewhere though. A brown toilet.
Oh, I'm sure people would buy it. But then, like, you're gonna be like, why does my bathroom smell? And you're like, oh, because the toilet's fucking filthy because it hasn't been cleaned in 2.5 years.
All right, I think that's enough shit talk.
Okay, well then, by the way, my friend said she did shit herself when giving birth.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know.
I'll tell you who it is later. She went to high school with us. They don't care.
What else did I have? At what point does a cup become a bucket?
Sometime after bowl.
Because I would say a bucket is just a large cup, but you could also be like, well, when you have to put a handle on it, but we like everything we've learned from this podcast, when you put a handle on something, it becomes a ladle. So like you can't go cup to ladle like that. I think.
Well, before you get to bucket, there's a bowl somewhere in that stage. A cup becomes a bowl before
rounded,
it becomes a bucket,
isn't it?
Yeah, a bowl doesn't have to be rounded. But like at a certain size, a cup has to be decently small. Once it's if it's this size, which, this is great for the listeners.
Mhm.
Let me try and think of this entire. Once anything bigger than a softball size can't be a cup anymore. After that, it becomes a bowl.
Oh,
Like,
I
'cause
disagree.
even a
'Cause you know those
softball size
big-
is a pretty big cup.
Those big like gas station cups you can get, those like to-go ones that like I don't know. I had an aunt that always carried those around, and it's like, how do you like lift that to drink? It's like a Brita filter sized cup. You're like, did you just have 2-liter bottles of soda that you threw in that bitch? Like, what?
Okay, now I'm seeing it a different way. I realized that working in a restaurant fucked my head on this, because I was thinking like, we've got a cup of soup and a bowl of soup. So in my head, I was thinking cups like that, not drinking cups.
Right. Like a solo cup. How
I'm an
big would a
idiot.
solo cup have to be a bucket?
Ooh, I think the second that you have to, so it'll be different for each person. As soon as you have to use 2 hands to lift it, then it's a bucket. Like if you can't drink out of it one-handed
What
anymore,
if you're just really weak and it's just a solo cup? Like,
then you're going to have a small bucket.
It has to be a certain like thickness or wide, because like
That's
those
what she said.
what are those frozen margarita thingies?
yeah,
That's not a bucket.
it's not a bucket.
Those are pretty tall, so it has to be wide.
It's got to have the width. It's got to have the girth.
Can we say the size of a basketball hoop? I'm gonna say that is how big it's got to be considered a bucket.
If I feel like it could be smaller than that too, and still be a bucket.
a
Like that's
rim.
pretty wide.
To be a small bucket. What's the smallest bucket you can have?
Ooh.
Is anything a bucket? Are all cups buckets?
God damn it.
They have
you know
like
what? Here's the way to do it.
sandcastle buckets that could be pretty tiny.
Tiny buckets. Yeah, I think cups are just tiny buckets, really.
As soon as it can fit on your head, it's a bucket. I think that's a good spot, because anything smaller than that.
That's not a bad idea. Yeah, no, I like that. As soon as you can fit it on your head, it's a bucket.
Yeah, I got to that conclusion because I just thought of fucking Buckethead, the guitarist.
Okay, so cups become buckets when they fit over your head. Now, does it have to like make a hat on your head, or does it have to go all the way over your head?
It has to at least be able to like sit on your head comfortably. So like it could be like a hat, but it can't just be like if you move your head, it's going to fall off. It has to like kind of grip the head a little bit. Like it's got to be able to grab enough of your head.
All right.
Are street cones buckets?
Yes.
I'm going to say
logic. No. By that
No.
logic.
I think a bucket also has to be able to just like sit up on its own. And the street cone, what good is a bucket that just falls over?
Well, I'm saying bucket cup comparison, because I'm thinking, those water cooler cups, sometimes they're the cone shaped ones. A giant version of that, you'd have to say was a bucket. By your logic.
I think no, because there are other things. A bucket also needs to be able to sit up on its own.
It could sit up on its own if you crush it enough.
But then you're messing with the integrity of the bucket cone.
You can also balance a cone if you those with the flat top of it. That can balance.
But a bucket you should be able to just put down. You shouldn't have to gingerly like make sure you hold it just enough.
I'm good at these conversations, dude. It doesn't have to be a good bucket. It just has to be a bucket.
You're too broad in these things, man. I'm trying to give a good answer for the people.
If it fits over your head or on your head, it is a bucket. That's how you can determine if a cup is a bucket. So yes, a cone,
is a can of paint a bucket? Like when you remove the lid.
I think it is.
It's a bucket of paint. Yeah.
Well, as long as it fits over your head.
And there's no handles on there, right? There's no handles on.
As long as it fits over your head.
There are handles on cans of paint.
Until then, it's a can. Unless it fits over your head, then it's a bucket of paint. That's probably why they're called paint cans. Because now that I think about it, I don't think any of those are fitting over my head.
But you could use the handle as like make it like one of those like military hats, maybe.
Like a chin strap? I don't know. They're not that big. The handles aren't that big.
Maybe
if you could, you got a real small head if that's working for you.
I'm not a big painter. I'm sure you can buy paint cans that are big enough to be buckets.
Yes, and then you got to call it a paint bucket.
So there's not really any answer to this question, but I'd like to think
once it fits on your head.
Once it fits on your head. Plus a bunch of other things. But still, it's when it fits on your head. That's when a cup becomes a bucket. Next thing. How many animals do you have to be considered a zoo? Because like if I just bought a tiger, is that a zoo? Could I book it as a zoo, or do I have to have multiple animals to be considered a zoo?
It's got to be multiple.
Animal collection or whatever it is. It's like, this is a collection of animals. But like, at what point does a collection of animals become a zoo? I understand like you got to have people charge for admission, or people have to be able to like come through and look at them. But like, if I just had people come look at 2 tigers, is that a zoo?
No, that's a tiger exhibit.
Because Mike the Tiger at LSU, that's a tiger exhibit.
That's a tiger exhibit. I'd say you have to have at least 3 different kinds of animals. Because petting zoo, goat, and like a mini donkey and some chickens, bam, right there. That can be a petting zoo. You got to have at least 3 kinds.
Well, you could also have a petting zoo if you just had like 3 goats, and you're like, it's a petting zoo.
No, it's a petting exhibit. It's a goat exhibit that you can pet the goats at. Like goat yoga, that's a goat exhibit.
Right. Well, it's just yoga with goats. Like that's not trying to parade itself around as a zoo.
I mean, people are paying extra.
Yoga zoo, make that. They're just animals that you can do yoga with.
You're in downward dog and a monkey just throws feces at you.
It would have to be not aggressive animals. So maybe monkeys would be out, but like you could have sloth yoga. That'd be sick.
Sheep. Oh, sloth yoga.
That would kill.
Yeah.
We're going to make a lot of money on that one.
Sloths and dogs and
koala
sheep and
yoga.
Goats.
It's cute. Like, what are the cutest non-threatening animals?
Baby pandas.
Baby panda yoga.
They'll just like crawl on your back and like fall off of you. They're hilarious idiots. I love baby pandas.
How many baby pandas have you played with?
Never, but I've seen so many videos. Like if anyone ever said, hey, do you want to see a video of a baby panda? I'd be yes right now. Right this second. Guys, if you have videos of baby pandas, send them to me on Twitter. I want to see them.
Yeah. So like, okay. So we have to come up with, let's think of like up to 10 animals that we can just have a zoo that's like a yoga zoo. So there's different like times you can go and be like, oh, do you want to do this with the baby pandas? We have baby panda yoga over here. So baby pandas, koalas, sloths, goats are already a thing, but we can have those if you just want to be old school. Otters. I love otter videos on Twitter. Yes. Every time I see one of those, and it's like, dude, these otters sleep holding hands. How cute is that? Like you have to have like the water part of a zoo. So you would just have otters. That would be sick.
You could just have like a pond in the middle. Otters and baby pandas playing around in water together would be the cutest thing you've ever seen.
That would be adorable. That would be adorable. Robert, what non-threatening animal would you want to have in our yoga zoo?
Robert.
Can you do dolphins?
I feel like you'd have to be underwater to do dolphins, though.
That's a sea creature, so that's going to become an aquarium.
It's a mammal, though. It is a mammal.
But it is a sea creature.
But it's also a mammal.
That's true. I want to see a dog ride on a dolphin's back.
A yoga zoo with all of the animals, just baby pandas, koalas, sloths, goats, otters alone would be like a cow. I mean, yeah.
Well, I guess it's probably. I think zoos are more for animals that like. Yeah, people have goats though too.
Farm zoo.
Yeah, but cows can be pretty cute too. Because I was gonna say you could have dogs in the zoo, but everybody has a dog. You don't go to the zoo to see dogs. But a dog zoo, I'd go play there.
Why don't they have dog zoos instead of like animal shelters? Just turn it into a dog zoo. You could adopt the dogs if you really love them, but then you just get to watch dogs hang out. You're like, oh, look how cute those puppies are. Like that would be fun. And
I feel like we've had this idea. We just didn't call it a zoo at the time.
See, that's really what we have to do. Start calling things zoos.
So
Really,
we call it, like,
anything we want to add
puppy
on
pit.
now is just a zoo. Puppy pit.
That was
we
our
did
idea.
do puppy pit. We did do that. This podcast, if you listen to it enough, it's really just the same podcast. There's about 12 different episodes. We cycle back to the same idea because we forget we had it.
We don't
forget we had
remember
these
anything
ideas.
we say
We're
once
done.
we're done.
That's what we have you guys for, is to remember all the things that we said.
As soon as Alex signs us off each week, we immediately forget everything we just said.
Pretty much. I just think that we would make so much money off of white chicks if we could have like cute animal yoga and just expand goat yoga.
All chicks, everybody, and me. Be a sea of chicks and me, and I wouldn't be paying attention to any of the women because I'd be like, you see the baby panda fell over again.
Look at this koala. He's just climbing up a tree. He's eating some eucalyptus. How cute is that?
Kate Upton could be hitting on me, and I'd be like, shh, there's a sloth.
Don't disturb him. He's napping. He's hanging off of me, but he's napping. How cute is that?
It would just be me and a bunch of women holding baby animals and crying. Like, he's so cute.
Yoga zoos coming to a city near you guys soon.
Yeah.
I think that's $1 million idea right there, really.
Potentially billions.
Quadrillion.
Don't get out of hand.
And then we could turn that into like our own Tiger King and be like Koala King. And it's like, it was just a yoga zoo that people it went crazy. Pat didn't know how to take care of the koalas. Robert wasn't feeding him properly. And Alex was just trying to get him to wrestle.
Not Koala King. You're starting to put too many K's together there. You're getting into dangerous territory.
Just 2 Ks is okay.
Panda King.
Otter King.
That's the animal I would want to be king of, is king of the pandas.
Otter
Because then they get really big.
We could have the OK Corral for our ranch after we got rich.
I mean, one of my nicknames already is Panda, though, so. Because I'm big and dumb and cuddly.
Okay. Then we maybe Panda King. But you could be Panda King. I'd want to be.
Yeah. Because pandas get big.
Yes.
And then, like, how much would you love to just, like, be napping and, like, a panda's holding you?
Sloth
You'd feel so
tight.
Sloth King would be a great one.
Robert, which one do you want to be?
Robert would be Cat King, because it would just be animals that, like, sometimes are like pet me and most of the time are like, get away from me. Don't even touch me.
Rabbit yoga. Did you have like jackrabbit yoga? That'd be tight. They seem like they could kick.
I mean, I don't know if you want rabbits all over the room fucking while you're doing yoga.
It's true. Yeah, I'd be off-putting to some people. So, all right, yoga zoos though, we got those. That's a thing. What was my last thing? Oh, Mason-Dixon line. Somebody was talking about the Mason-Dixon line, and I just wanted to like, who was Mason-Dixon? Why did he put the line there? And how, like, was he just a divisive guy in general? Because it seems like he had to be somewhat divisive. Like, this is my line. You up here. This is what you think. You're down here. This is what you think. All right.
I mean, I don't even want to look into it because I have a feeling we're going to find out this dude was like super problematic because, you know, most people were in that day.
Which then would answer my question that he was divisive.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't think you have a line. Like, nobody gets a line named after them that's not divisive because, like, the line is exactly what that is. Unless, of course, I don't know. Is there a city that's Mason and a city that's Dixon, and that's what the dividing point would be? Because if that's the case, that makes me feel a little bit better. But I feel like a guy named Mason-Dixon is probably, problematic, like Pat said, and just divisive as fuck. Like, I don't want to hang out with that guy. Well, I really do want to hang out with him, but the divisive people I try and stay away from.
I mean, it was probably just the Civil War is coming, guys. Everyone, we need to pick teams. South of this line, your team south. North of this line, your team north. Put on your old wool coats and let's stab each other with bayonets.
Do you think maybe Mason-Dixon was just like, hey, Mason, you stand right there. All right, whoever's on this side of Mason is this. Whoever's on this side of Mason is this. And it's like, ever since then, it's been the Mason-Dixon line.
Maybe it was like the first Hatfields and McCoys. It was the Masons and the Dixons.
Yeah.
And they lived on opposite sides of the fence. And that's where they drew the line down the country.
That was it. And then the country was divided at that point.
And it
We've ever really
probably
been truly united since we were divided by the MD line. I'm just gonna start calling it the MD line. Mason Dixon, you know what? Let's not use that word anymore. MD line.
I mean, we were pretty united after 9/11.
That's true. But then what happened? We got divided again because of fucking Mason Dixon.
What, did we time travel backwards?
I'm not letting him off the hook, all right?
All right. Whatever you say, buddy.
Just seems like he would be a dick.
I mean, he's got dick in his name.
Imagine he's got dicks in his name.
Well, take the S off the end of Dixon.
Isn't it with
take the sun off the
with
end.
an X? Isn't
it
it
is.
D-I-X?
But yeah, the first part of X is, and the last part is S. You take away this, and you got dick.
You could just say his dicks in his name.
They call it. That's probably what it was. The Masons used to call them the Dickskins, and they didn't like that, and that started the feud.
That makes the most sense of all things.
And then we got a civil war.
Anybody that's done the research on this now is like, you fucking idiots. Why didn't you just look it up? It's like, because I don't feel like it.
It's not fun. The Civil War was fought over some people calling other people dickskin, and that was the only issue of the Civil War.
That was the only issue? All right. This podcast Past the Gravy was spreading false information. Yeah, we're going to get us shadowed on Twitter or whatever we call it.
Twitter's going to put an information note on our podcast.
Not all of this information is 100% accurate, which they could probably put on every single one because we definitely say dumb shit on most of them.
Most of the things we say aren't accurate.
Right. So just by this time, you got to know, like, don't take us that serious. I think you do if you're a regular listener. That was our Precome segment. Let's move on to the Comeback Kids segment brought to you by the Pass the Gravy merch store. All right, guys, it is the final couple of days. Right now, we're recording this on December 8th. I believe December 9th is the last date that you can ensure shipping by Christmas. So you will get your stuff by Christmas if you order by the 8th or 9th. And now we get standard shipping is December 9th is the last day. You can rush ship and still get it by Christmas on December 15th, and super rush shipping. But now rush shipping and super rush shipping is going to cost you more, but December 21st if you do super rush shipping. But why don't you just order it now? Save the time. You're not going to stress about like paying extra. Go to passthegravymerch.com. We have the Christmas sweaters. We have the I saw a dog today. Dallas killed JFK. People don't forget. We got the Darling Like a Marlin one. We got the holidays are for the homies with Jesus and Santa hanging out on it. We got the Box Hunter one. We got awesome Christmas sweaters and everything else in the store as well. If you're getting somebody or yourself, you want to get a Christmas present for yourself, passthegravymerch.com. Be sure to order by December 8th or 9th to get guaranteed delivery by Christmas without having to do rush shipping or more. So passthegravymerch.com, load up on some PTG gear for the holidays. It makes a great gift. I've never heard a bad thing about any of our sweaters. Everybody loves them. I have to take a picture in a Christmas sweater at work tomorrow. Guess what I'm wearing? A Pass the Gravy.
Box Hunter.
No, I'm not going to wear that one. I'm wearing the Good News I Saw a Dog today from passthegravymerch.com. Passthegravymerch.com. Order now and get it in time for Christmas, the official sponsor of our Comeback Kids segment.
It's the Comeback Kid. The Comeback Kid of the week. The Comeback Kid of the week. Bitch.
All right, our first comeback kid is chapped lips. Because, fellas, I got some chapped lips and it sucks.
You got to stay hydrated, man.
I mean, I've been trying to, and you just like you put the chapstick on your lips and you just feel like your lips are always wet the whole time. And then it just feels like it's making it worse. And the thing you got to avoid, which I always feel like I get once every winter, is that like crack in the middle of the lip. Because that's like a 2-weeker right there. It feels like I mean, it bleeds sometimes. It just keeps cracking over and over again. It's the worst.
It's making me want to like chew on my lip now.
I haven't had chapped lips in like 3 years and it sucks. Like I'm constantly thinking about it.
Me and one of the other managers at work, we call each other hydro homies. All we do all day at work is just, hey, you staying hydrated? You need a hydro homie. We should make hydro homie shirts. And everyone just randomly tweet at each other on Twitter. Stay hydrated.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah. Hydration's key, man. You got to be getting your water in. Especially because every night I just dehydrate myself with alcohol. So every
That's
day,
true. So yeah,
every day at work.
First.
Yeah, you got to stay hydrated, man. It's key. I know you don't want to drink water. Like water's good. Okay, nice cold, crisp water, or even it doesn't even have to be cold. Warm water, easier to drink a lot of. It's good. Stay hydrated, guys.
Yeah, chapstick,
and it'll help your lips
also
not be
back
chapped.
because chapped lips are back. But it just made me think, dumb question probably, but can vagina lips get chapped?
If they're out in the wind all day.
Like if you wore like a skirt with nothing else under it, like
if you're a nudist
outside all the time, like I bet it could.
If you're a nudist in Chicago, you probably get chapped vagina lips.
Do you have to put the chapstick on them?
Astroglide.
Just keep them moist. That definitely can happen, all right?
I mean, how do you keep your lips moist? You lick them. Same thing. I'm trying to get more people to eat some box, okay?
Just, hey, there you go. Yeah, just lick them. Not in your own, though, but like, hey, fellas, let's help our ladies. Let's help our ladies out. So chapped lips, that's a comeback kid. Another comeback kid this week is Christmas shopping because fuck, it's like I haven't even started yet and I'm not looking forward to it. And I want to just order everything on Amazon, but now Amazon's like got delayed shipping on a bunch of shit. I'm not looking forward to it. Like I know Pat has done 0% of his Christmas shopping, but Robert, what are you at?
I need to buy.
Buys your family and friends gifts sometime.
I need to buy 2 more things, but I know exactly what they are. So I would say I'm 95% done.
I'm at the point where I don't really know what to get people. So
I have not done 0%. I bought precisely one thing, and it's for my best friend, and we normally don't even get each other anything except for like maybe a bottle. But a couple weeks ago, I was online and I found a picture of a statue of Buddha, but it had the Master Chief's helmet as a head. And I was like, I'm going to find this and buy myself one. And I ended up getting him one too, because he loves Halo and he also loves Asian shit. Like he went over to Vietnam years ago and went to like all these temples and shit and really enjoyed it. So I'm going to get him a Buddha Master Chief and he's going to love it.
What other Asian shit does he like?
He got one of those rice patty hat, 2 of them. He actually gave me one of those years ago. He bought this really cool painting of this very. Nope, that's not a rice patty hat. That's just
it's basically a rice patty.
Quit appropriating cultures. But there's something. It's called like the White Temple or something. And
I bet you loved that.
Well, it's in Vietnam. Or was it Vietnam or? He was somewhere in South Asia. I don't remember where now off the top of my head. These beers be hitting, boys.
Yeah, I bet so.
It's probably more of the sleep deprivation, but yeah, he's always like that kind of shit. He loves teriyaki.
If I was hoping you were just like, he loves Chinese food. So
sweet and sour chicken. Fortune cookies.
Panda Express loves it. Big fan of the PE.
He loves Jim from The Office.
Yeah. But yeah, I gotta just do a bunch of Christmas shopping, and it's like that anxiety is kind of creeping in on me where I'm just probably still gonna order stuff online, but not looking forward to spending all that money.
Oh, and I did
we only have 2 paychecks left until the end of the year. I saw that meme today. I was just like, oh God, you're right. I only have so much money coming in. I'm gonna have to spend a lot of that money, and I also have to pay for rent and utilities.
There was one other present that I bought. So growing up, we had this like plush doll of Cartman from South Park. And when you squeezed his hand, he would say a couple Cartman phrases. And they were all from like the first 3 episodes of the show. And last Wednesday, after we got done here, I went to my buddy's house and we started watching South Park with his wife because she had never seen it. And I started, I was hearing all of those phrases that were from the plush doll and made me think of it. I remember we got it from my aunt. So I got drunk that night, found it online, asked my mom for her shipping information, and sent her the plush South Park doll that she gave me 20 years ago. I don't know, maybe more than that. And then I left her a drunk voicemail at like 1:30 in the morning, which is like 2:30 her time.
Bet she loved that.
Oh, she laughed really hard about it. She texted me like 3 days later. It was like, that's awesome. Random as shit, but awesome, Pat.
Like I should just go to pastgravemerch.com though. Do all my Christmas shopping there. Maybe
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what I'll do. Like you just gave me stuff from your podcast. Cool, dude.
Yeah, maybe throw
Merry
some
Christmas.
air freshener. Oh, perfect stocking stuffer too. Air fresheners from Little M.
Maybe
keychains.
They have keychains.
A couple
shirt.
Southern Star beers. It's a
Southern-
perfect.
yeah,
That will
I'm-
stuff the stocking.
I'm drinking day 1 of the 12 days of Krampus right now. So shout out to me because that's a great gift. My buddy
What's the
Pat
name of that
brought
beer?
me that. The Krampus Karten.
What? It's not German. That's just a Scottish accent.
The Krampus Karten.
Jeez, you sound like you're doing a bad Sean Connery impression. Money
Maybe
push
I
it.
am.
Give me a Krampus cotton.
Give me the Krampus Karten, shut the fuck up and hand me a Krampus Karten.
I wish there was a James Bond movie where he just looked at somebody and goes, shut the fuck up.
Bang bong, fuck your life. I'll have a Krampus Karten.
Oh my God.
So
That's
yeah, 12 days of Krampus, 12-pack of Southern Star would be an awesome gift as well. But yeah, Christmas shopping, that's back because I know a lot of people are really kind of starting it now. Halo is our next one that's back as well. Pat, tell us why.
The newest installment of the Halo franchise, Halo Infinity, comes out today that we're recording. That's Wednesday.
Halo
If you
Infinity
know,
2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yep, it should be finished downloading in the other room for me right now. Didn't know I didn't do it last night. So now I'm in the dilemma of going over to my buddies every Wednesday, or I mean this Wednesday like we do every week, or telling him to go fuck himself like I'm James Bond and just sitting at home and playing Halo.
I'll be playing Halo, bitch.
Fuck you and fuck your wife, bitch. I'm playing Halo tonight.
If you lead me, I'll be on the sticks, boy.
See you on the battlefield.
You said that when you left the other day, Pat, because I had been looking for that Krampus 12-pack, and Pat's like, I found it. Do you want me to come over and bring it to you? And I was like, all right. And Emma was here, and he was like, I was like, you hop in on COD later? And Pat was like, yep. And then when he left, he's like, I'll see you on the battlefield. And then I was like, did he just say, I'll see you on the battlefield?
I like texting that to my friends too. We're like, we gaming tonight? Yeah. See you on the battlefield.
See you on the battlefield. But yeah,
Halo's
Halo's
back.
That's cool.
And I'm very excited. It's my favorite video game of all time.
Hasn't it already been out though?
The multiplayer beta came out, but the campaign released today.
Are you playing the campaign?
That's what I'll be playing. Yes.
Oh, I thought the other shit besides the multiplayer beta came out, so they would release.
No. It's only been multiplayer for the last 2 weeks. Now the campaign is out, which I'm wondering if, and it was just like a selected portion of multiplayer was out. So I wonder if, full multiplayer is out now. I doubt it, because nobody replaces a game full anymore.
That is kind of true, but yeah, Halo's back.
I'm
That's
excited.
tight. Robert, have you got Halo yet?
No, I don't have an Xbox.
You can't get it on PlayStation?
Mm-mm.
No. It's very famously only for Xbox.
Well, I thought it used to be very famous like that. I thought, I know you always play MLB The Show now because you can on Xbox. I kind of swapped. I didn't know if that just happened with everything.
No, because it's a Microsoft title, so they won't do that.
Well,
But you can't play it on
today.
PC. It is on PC though.
Okay, so Halo's back, and Halo, they're robots, right?
No, they are genetically modified super soldiers.
Which
Spartans.
sounds like a robot.
No.
Okay, well,
no.
they're not robots, but robots
Some
are
of them
back
have
again.
robot arms.
Killing is in Halo, and robots killing us. That's back. There's my segue into it, because I know we talked about this, I think, last week, but I just saw that the U.S. rejected a call from like a couple of countries had put together something that was like, hey, we should ban like making killer robots. And they're like, no, we shouldn't. We don't need to put this in like a terms thing. Like, we can't further develop this stuff if there's rules and regulations on it. And it's like, I don't know what to tell you guys. This is a bad idea. Like, you're basically saying like, we're gonna kill us all. Like, let's just go ahead and fuck us all over. So fucking, what are we doing, guys? They were literally like, let's make it where we can't make things that kill us. And they're like, nah, we're doing that.
I get why the U.S. said no, though, because we're probably the only country that's really close to having robots that are going to be able to like fight boots on the ground for us. And the only one that spends enough money to where we would actually do that. So we're like, we probably said no because we're like, man, we're very close from being able to tell you fuck around and find out and not put any of our people at harm while doing so. And other countries are like, wait, no, that's not fair. You can't fight us without using people. And we're like, yeah, go fuck yourself. Now, of course, we are going to bring about Skynet doing this. And it will be America's fault.
It starts out awesome where they're like,
I don't
hey,
care.
You guys go fight those people over there, and they go fight for us, which is awesome that soldiers don't have to die. But at a certain point, these robot soldiers are going to be like, you know what we should do, since we're stronger and more powerful and can kill all of them, is fight back against the people that are making us do their bidding. And then that's how we get taken over. And like, it's just, I know how this goes. There's only one way this ends, and it's with all of us dying at the hands of robots. So maybe just be like,
I'm so
hey,
excited.
Let's not do this. No, it's not gonna be fun. I don't think it's gonna be quick. The robots are it's gonna suck, dude.
Oh, robots are efficient. They'll kill us quick. They're not going to torture us. What information do we have that they need? They're robots. They'll be able to hack right into the internet.
They don't care about information.
Exactly. So they'll just kill us.
What if we're sport?
Robots don't need sport. They're like Germans. Everything needs to be efficient.
I don't know, but just like the bad move. Another bad move. This is us documenting the downfall of humanity. One day in the record books, people will find old recordings of Pass the Gravy, and I'm like, they knew. They warned us. They told us thousands of years ago. The guys that Passed the Gravy, they didn't know a lot, but they did know what was going to happen, and they were right about that.
Oh, I'm so pro robot.
Don't be probot. We don't do that.
I'm probot.
We don't do probot here. Next comeback kid we got is Viagra, because it has been found that Viagra can reduce your risk of getting Alzheimer's by 69%. Really, that's why I grabbed that headline, but that's kind of crazy. That it's just like, hey, do you like having a hard dick? Do you also not like Alzheimer's? Well, we got the perfect thing for you.
Sir, do you have a boner at work? I'm just working on my mentals.
Like, is Viagra's the only reason you take it, right? Like boners are like the only reason you take it, but like now are like doctors are like, well, to fight Alzheimer's early, just pop a boner pill.
So I guess like, should we just start microdosing Viagra?
Maybe. Like, is that the right play?
Like,
I don't want Alzheimer's.
You know, once you hit 30, you should probably start an aspirin regimen, just to, you know, the little aches and pains that you get getting older. You take a baby aspirin and a quarter of a Viagra every morning. That's your vitamin regimen past 30. Ladies, you too.
Yeah, ladies can get Alzheimer's.
It's probably actually not a bad idea. Do you do anything? Do you like take aspirin or anything every day?
No, I am in the I crossed the line, and I was pre-hypertension, so that's a fun game I get to play now, where I get to take like heart and blood pressure medicine every single day with Adderall, which just basically counteracts it. So it's like, oh, your heart's going fast. Well, the Adderall's definitely not the reason. Here, take this; it'll slow it down. And they're like, cool. Well, I'm gonna also take some Adderall and a 5-hour energy and coffee. My body's like, I don't know what's happening. What is going on?
I don't think you need the Adderall if it's speeding up your heartbeat, man.
I think I do, because I You don't want to see me when I can't function without the Adderall.
Bro, Adderall slowed me down. Like, that's what Adderall is supposed to do for you. It's supposed to slow you down, like, and make you focus, and you become a boring zombie.
No, it doesn't make me a boring zombie because I've been on it since I was like 5. I've been on some form of that shit, like Ritalin or whatever it was. Concerta.
I was Addy all day. Like most things, I just stopped Adderall one day.
I can tell when I'm not on it.
Oh, definitely, because your body's built up a need for it, like caffeine.
Dope sick. What a outfit. Which you guys should still watch that on Hulu.
Not gonna do it.
Nobody has hit me up and said that they watched it, so I can talk about it. So I'd like you guys to
Dope sick.
Somebody do that.
And Squid Games. Not watching them.
Squid Games. I'm with you on that. Dope sick. Just watch it. It's only 8 episodes.
Nope.
But yeah, Viagra. Get your dick hard and also fight Alzheimer's, fellas. Like, so you can be like, hey, babe, we just popped these Viagra's trying to beat off the Alzheimer's. You know what else we need to help beat off is
babe, you care about my mental health, right?
Babe,
okay,
you
well
care
then, like,
about me, right? Yeah,
I'm hard right now, so why don't you do something about it, babe?
when you want to, that's like a funny meme. It'd be like, would you tell him, babe, that you want to fight, like when you want to get a hand job, but you also want to fight Alzheimer's? Babe, pop the Viagra.
When she says she cares about your mental health, and it's
I'll help you out later by remembering you. You won't have to do what they did in The Notebook to me,
babe,
because I took this boner pill and you jerked me off. But it's like, babe, like, what's it? I mean, boner's not going to suck itself.
If you want me to remember our anniversary, you got to give me a blowjob, babe, because it can't just sit here. It won't go away for 4 hours, and then I'll have to go to the doctor. It's irresponsible.
Do you want me to have this for 4 hours and bug you that long? I don't either. Get this taken care of.
Babe.
Babe, it's a team effort. I love you. Look.
I put a little ring on it.
And I'm looking out my Robert's like, yeah, done with the Viagra talk. Robert, would you do Viagra if you knew you could stave off Alzheimer's?
No, I don't think so. I'd rather become someone else's responsibility.
What if you just got to microdose it and you didn't walk around with a boner all day? You were just kind of chubbed.
No, I would imagine that'd be uncomfortable.
That's what I was thinking about microdosing it. Like, if we microdose, like, are we only going to be like sort of boned up? Like,
I would wear nothing but gray sweatpants. Like, yeah, look at my dick.
All right, having a good dick day. Back to eyes up here. Eyes up here. I'm taking, ladies. Sorry.
Yeah, ladies, this is my natural dick. I'm not chubbed up. It's definitely going to get bigger.
You know what I saw the other day that gave me an idea that I thought would be funny, but actually this is a perfect Gravy Tech idea. That is really just me going off again on another tangent. I saw, like, it reminded me of high school / like middle school when girls had like stuff on their ass would be like that was like they'd write
juicy.
Cheer, like, yeah, juicy or cheer. It would be like on the ass of the sweatpants or just like the regular shorts that they wore, and like that was a whole phase. I saw somebody, it was like baby girl was on the back of their ass. And it's like, I always feel weird because like there's words on it. I'm not trying to stare at your ass. I'm reading what it says, but it just happens to be on your ass.
You cannot get mad at somebody staring at your ass if you've got lettering on your ass.
So that made me think it would be funny if there were like gray sweatpants for dudes that just said random words like where the dick is.
Big boy.
Like, pass the gravy.
That is actually an innuendo.
It's like, but it's like in the shape of a dick. So like it's just right where your dick would be.
Just as hard.
Like down but it's also, it goes further down, so it makes it seem like you have a bigger dick.
You can
hard knock life.
You can buy, depending on whether you dress to the left or the right, you'll have the lettering go down that leg.
Do you want it on the left or the right? Yeah. I think somebody would buy it. I don't think we'd sell a lot. Robert, look into making those pants. Just if you can have like a dick outline with words on it, just Gravy Gang on the dick outline would be great. Ladies, eyes up here. Eyes up here.
You just just gravy right across your dick.
Just the PTG logo. I don't care. Ooh, but we turn it sideways. Wait, we turn it sideways so it's like a dick.
What if
right there where the dick goes? If you're watching the video version, you'll know.
What if we sold onesies for babies that said gravy baby?
I have not sold those, but Emma made one. She has like a screen printing thing, and for our friends Brandon and Diane, when they had a baby, we got baby or gravy baby. Maybe that's not what it said. Maybe it just had the logo, but we said she was a gravy baby though.
So I was gonna say gravy baby. It makes it sound like you're just walking your kid around like, yeah, that came from my jizz. And everyone's like, yeah, we know. Why would you put that on a child?
Well, I want you to know it's mine, all right? And that's somebody else's, asshole. But dude sweatpants with the dick saying stuff. That's something to look into.
Hard and gravy are the two that I vote for.
Or so hard.
Maybe just chub. Chubbed up.
Hard AF. Just one of my eyes are up here and it's got an arrow pointing up.
My stomach's up here.
And just make it slightly darker where the words are so it looks like, oh damn, that's like that dude looks like he's packing, and chicks are just like, man, guy looks great in these gray sweatpants. I think that's gonna be like leisure wear. We're gonna take it to the next level.
He looks like he's got a nice dick.
That's really what the ladies are looking for first.
They say it's our sense of humor.
It's really
but they're
dicks
looking at
in
the dick.
Sweatpants. Look, babe, I'm not just a dick, all right? I also have feelings.
I'm more than just a 4-hour hard dick because of Viagra, okay?
I'm a lot more complex than that, okay?
I also like football.
I like football. I like hanging out with the boys. I like a nice beer here and there, all right?
Video games, football, beer, and the boys.
I'm not just a dick that you can fuck.
That would actually be a cool shirt, though. Video games, football, beer, and the boys.
Sounds like a very generic shirt.
We have to put like a knockoff Big Dog on it. And then... But the Big Dog looks like an Ed Hardy tiger.
Remember Big Dog? I was asking Emma if she remembered Big Dog the other day, and she was like, "I don't know."
I had Big Dog.
I had
shirts,
so
man.
many. I had Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fur.
Big Dog was great as like.
Do you know what Big Dog is, Robert?
A pre-puberty shirt.
I do not.
Like the Big Dog was like the coolest shirt you could wear in elementary school.
An elementary, like it was a cool elementary shirt, and then like old guys could wear it. Like,
it was grandpas and like 11-year-olds. That's it.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, you're like cool uncle, or who you thought was your cool uncle at the time would like wear it. It's like, look, it says bass fishing, but it really says ass fishing on it, and it's a dog.
Just Google Big Dog clothing, Robert, and see some of them.
It was just parodies of very common like movies or anything else, and then sometimes it just was like, Big Dog, I don't take no nothing. You're like, what? My dad got me one for Christmas because I was like so in. Me and my brother loved Big Dog shirts. We had so many. He got me one that on the back of it had a dog and it was holding a leash in its hand. It said, "Leashes. We don't need no stinking leashes." I thought that was funny.
Oh God, man, what a great time to be alive in the
Big Dog shirts, dude. Hit us
Big
up.
Dog, boom.
Did you wear Big Dog shirts before?
If you can't run with the big dog, stay on the porch.
That was one. Yeah, that was what everybody's dad had. Everybody's dad or grandpa or uncle that wore Big Dogs. And like, I would say, what percentage of Big Dog shirts worn by adults were sleeveless? That like they would cut the sleeves off themselves? Because I would say about 65%.
I don't know.
More than half.
I always, in my head, I picture them sleeved. Big Dog Dad. Do I look like an ATM?
When I lived in Atlanta, my buddy's dad was always big dog guy. Like when he wasn't coming home from work and stuff, like he'd come home from work in his work clothes, but like weekends, like Mike was a fucking big dog dude. He had a big old gut, was cool as shit, like let you stay up late and shit when you'd hang out with him. And like, but he had the cheesiest fucking big dog shirts. Now looking back at it, dude, this guy's cool as fuck. He'd be ripping cigs in the backyard. Like, you can't run with the big dog, stay off the porch. And you're like, this guy's cool.
This is the most quintessential big dog shirt of all time because it knows its market audience. Gray pride. We're old, we're tired, get off our lawn.
We're old.
Gray pride. Because some dads right there like, get it? It's like gay pride, but it's big dog, and I'm old. And we're like, yeah, we get that, Dad. Thanks for spelling out the joke. I want to buy some big dog merch right fucking now.
All right, guys. No. We'll make our own. We'll make Gravy Dog. Gravy Dogs. That's a cool fucking phrase. I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but Gravy Dog sounds tight.
I'm trying, and we just put like the just most generic bullshit on there.
No, we'll just get a picture. I'll get like a cartoon picture of Wheezy instead of the big dog. And then we'll put that right there and it'll say Gravy Dog. And then we'll
use the picture right there behind you.
No, it's got to be like exactly like the way the big dog, like with the dog, it's like a profile picture of the dog, basically. Like it made cartoonized. And then we'll just put like Gravy Dog. And then we'll just come up with the hacky sayings for the back of the shirt. Coming in January.
If it doesn't have a ladle, or if it doesn't have a handle, it's not a label.
You know what,
Gravy Dogs.
Robert? Remind us beginning of next year. Let's do one of those limited releases. This is a good test for like if Gravy Dogs can take off. Remind me, like we don't have to be like right at the beginning of the year, but just remind me in January. Hey, let's do another limited release. Maybe we do it in February or something like that. But we'll start prepping on it. We'll do a couple of cheesy Gravy Dog shirts and then the Hydrate Homies as well, and like we'll just release that shit and like, okay, here you go.
Gravy Dog. I do February 14th so that she does March 14th or wherever the fuck it is.
That seems like a solid little like drop.
Little drop.
If you want to get one, you can get it 2 weeks open, 2 weeks out. And then I also need to just permanently add the PTG like Pass the Gravy hoodie because I did not realize that until somebody was like, do you not just have the hoodie version of the shirt you have? I was like, no, we don't. We don't have that. We do have the Pastronaut hoodie, which our buddy Alex O bought. I know he got that one. So yeah, how do we get to that? Viagra and then dick pants, and then that's it. That's our Comeback Kid segment.
I did have one more.
Oh,
and it's mashup Christmas music. And it was basically, I just want to throw this on there because I found the greatest band in the history of bands in the history of all time. Their name is Slayer. Now you might be thinking, Pat, that's a band. No. SLEIGHER.
It's Christmassy.
They dress up as Krampus and they sing Christmas songs to the tune of other songs. Like they sang Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, but it's to the tune of Chop Suey. They had, oh God, what was the other? War Pigs, but it was some other Christmas song. Just Google them on or just go on YouTube and look up Slayer band and spell it like that. They're my favorite band of all time. Immediately, I'm just like, yes. You hear no, Rudolph was a little red, and you're like, oh my God, these guys are fucking.
That is
plus they're all dressed as Krampus, so it's like very niche market. But they're.
I was more of a Belschnickel guy over Krampus. I don't know about you. What is your favorite alternative Christmas mascot?
Krampus Lauf.
It's Krampus. What about you, Robert? Are you Krampus guy? You seem like you're not. The Krampus seems a little scary for you, but I was more of a Belschnickel guy.
I have no idea what either of those two are.
You know Belschnickel?
Mm-mm.
Somebody didn't watch The Office.
I judge you. Yeah. That was what Dwight's Christmas. Remember that?
I don't have them all memorized. No.
God damn it.
I don't remember that.
That was on the other day. I think it was on yesterday. Emma and I will just sit and watch Comedy Central when they have like the marathon of The Office. And she's like, we could just put it on Peacock and like pick it. And I was like, it's already on. I don't know.
That's
I'll
like
watch more
5
commercials.
button pushes.
But this is a funny episode. I'm cool with this. The commercials give me time to get up and pee.
There you go.
I wish there was I have paid for the CBS All Access / Paramount Plus, like no ads, but like Hulu has ads and Peacock has like 2-minute ads, which I think is the perfect amount. Like I wish there was a way that when you have those long ads that you could just cut it down to like just 2 minutes of the ads. Then I could pay just slightly a bit more, but I'd still have the ads. So they'd get to run those. And then it's nice to have like a break up in a show. Because sometimes when you watch like a Netflix show, you're like, I'm gonna get up and pee at the next break. Oh wait, there's no break. It's Netflix. But sometimes Alex, you just pause it. I don't always think to pause shit. And I'm about to piss myself. Now I have to get up and run to the restroom because I'm too dumb to like realize that I could have just paused it 30 minutes ago. I need the natural breaks.
Natural breaks are nice. That being said, also fuck commercials.
Well, but that's basically the whole point. Is like I'm not watching this commercial. I'm gonna get up and go piss. Or I'm gonna go get a water bottle. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go get another drink. Something like that.
The problem with the commercials on streaming sites is each streaming site only has 6 commercials.
Like 4 or 5, yeah.
Total. So if you watch 3 hours or something with commercials in, you're gonna watch the same commercial 46 times.
Which is good for those advertisers because it just hammers home like, hey, Verizon's doing this thing. And whatever Kate McKinnon's telling you, hey, you can slam it, yam it, strawberry jam it. You can do this with Verizon. Like, yep. I've seen that commercial 100,000 times, it feels like, but whatever.
So many times.
So yeah, mashup Christmas music is a comeback kid. Our next segment is the PTG Picks segment brought to you by our good friends at Southern Star Brewing Company. Southern Star Brewing Company, guys. You ever heard of it? Yeah, I'm drinking the day 1 of the Krampus 12-pack, the 12 days of Krampus 12-pack, which is pretty awesome. Pat kind of talked about it last week, but if you have not remembered that or you're new to the pod, basically don't throw out the box because they have a set of cards there that explain each and every beer. The beers have a different name. It tells you the day, so you can you can drink one a day. You can just crush them all if you wanted as well. But because I know I'm
these
going
sweet
places,
cards that tell you about them.
Yeah, that's why I said don't throw away the box. Don't throw away the box because then you can be like, oh, okay, the Krampus carton is, as the holiday season approached, children would begin to hear dark whispers of the night from a hairy creature bearing horns and fangs, waiting to whisk away naughty children. To kick off this old tradition, we have made a rich, malty old ale to be enjoyed in celebration of the dark winter nights to come. Yeah, gives you a little explanation. It's kind of like an advent calendar, but with beer. It's pretty sick. Definitely recommend it if you can find it. Pat was able to find some and bring it to me, so I really appreciate that, Pat. They got other stuff that's for everybody. The Southern Brunch. If you like the taste of a mimosa, but you want a beer as well, maybe you don't like beer, you're gonna like this. It's awesome, I promise you. The Strawberry Bombshell Blonde, the Bombshell Blonde. They got something for everybody at Southern Star Brewing Company. If you want to go visit the brewery, 3525 North Fraser Street up in Conroe. I think this week is the hot sauce weekend, and then I want to say they have a hot sauce festival or something like that going on. They had the Texas Custom Knife Show there last week, but then December 18th, we have the Pass the Gravy 8th annual Christmas Spooktacular. It's going to be me, Pat, and Robert out there. We have Kyle Garrett, formerly Kyle of High Dive. He's going to be opening us up. He's gone country, and man, his new stuff is awesome. He's going to be opening us up. And then we got Alexander, a.k.a. Nick, formerly of Hold On Hollywood. He's going to be closing us out. That all starts. We're going to start at 1:30. Come early, though. Doors open at noon. Kyle's going to go on before 1:30. Kyle's going to go on about 1. And then you can watch the pod. We're going to have the Gravies Awards. And I did not bring the nominees in, so we will tell you the nominees next week. And yeah, we're going to have some pretty awesome awards to give out. We're going to do the Christmas movie bracket again. And yeah, pretty stoked for all that. Emma and I have been watching a Christmas movie a night. And
I need you to send me the list.
We're trying to put together the list right now, man. Trying to
Just send me like a bunch of the ones that you know are going to be in there because I need to watch them. And I need
the
to
ones
force
you
myself
think are
to
going
watch
to be
them.
in there.
I know, but I need the list or else I'm going to miss some glaring ones.
Go watch go look back at the YouTube video from last year and you can get a screenshot of the board.
That's smart. That's smart. I should do that. Yeah. That's a much smarter idea.
Pass the Gravy podcast on YouTube. Go to the 7th annual Christmas Spooktacular. There is a straight up picture of the board that you can look at to do that. No, we're not going to put It's a Wonderful Life in there. Okay. I'm not going to do that. I understand it's the best Christmas movie ever. Maybe we do. I don't know. I don't think we're going to. Robert, have you watched any of the Christmas movies I told you to watch?
No.
Fucking damn it. Yeah, Christmas movie bracket. That's going down the 8th annual Pass the Gravy Christmas Spooktacular, Saturday, December 18th. It's also Wheezy's birthday that day. So Wheezy's going to be up there. I'm bringing Wheeze. She's going to have a good time and she's going to think the whole party's just for her. So we're going to convince her that too. But yeah, Southern Star is going to be awesome that day. Southern Star is always awesome. 2525 North Fraser Street up in Conroe. If you're drinking a Southern Star, tag us on Twitter, Instagram at Pass the Gravy Pod. Let us know you're supporting the people supporting the podcast. Southern Star Brewing Company, the best beer in the entire world, the official sponsor of the PTG Picks segment that begins now. Last week in our NFL picks, Pat went 2-1, and I again had a 1-2 week. The Ravens really burned me on that. So on the year, I'm 22-17. Pat is 20-18-1. Since I lost last week, I will go first this week. And just to start off, I hated the fucking Lions. Did not like the Lions. We're picking on Wednesday again, just as a reminder. So if they're bad, it's because we picked on Wednesday. That's my complete excuse. But I will start taking the Seahawks -7.5. They beat the 49ers, who I picked last week. The Seahawks look like they're kind of figuring it out. Russ Wilson seems like he's kind of, his fingers maybe healing up 100%, and they're throwing the ball more. Texans are really bad. That's really my logic on that one. I think that the Seahawks can beat them by double digits. 7.5 points is within that range. So I think I'm going to take the Seahawks -7.5 as my first pick this week. Then I've got the Bucks over the Bills. The Bucks given 3.5, or no, Bucks just given 3. Excuse me. It's Tampa Bay -3 over the Bills. Bills lost in a weird game to the Patriots that was mostly dominated by weather. The Bucks have not lost at home all season. That is another reason I'm going to go with the Bucks. Tom Brady is really good against the Bills. So laying 3 to the Bills seems like an easy one. I also didn't like a lot of lines, so that seemed like the easiest one to go with. Then I've got my final pick, the Cardinals -2.5 over the Rams. I don't trust the Rams. That's pretty much what it is. Rams are good against not good teams. They are bad against good teams. Cardinals are the best. I think they have the best record in football. Cardinals are a good team that qualifies you as a good team when you have the best record in football. So I think they're going to beat the Rams by a field goal or more. That is my logic on my picks. Pat, what about you?
Starting off, of course, I told you I was going to take it. Green Bay -12.5 over Chicago. It is a big number, but the only thing Aaron Rodgers likes more than kicking the Chicago Bears directly in the dick is kicking them directly in the dick on prime time. They are the Sunday night game of the week. Aaron is going to absolutely demolish them. The Packers are going to kick the dog shit out of the Bears. Justin Fields is going to look like a rookie because the Packers defense is getting good. Jair Alexander might be able to come back this week. Who's our number 1 cornerback. This line could have been 18 and I would have taken it. Don't care. Packers.
Like a lot. All right.
My next pick, Detroit +7.5 over Denver. People are like, how the fuck are you ever picking Detroit? I will tell you how. Because they have been playing strong football. They just find weird ways to lose. I went back and looked at it. I don't think they have not covered the spread in like 6 weeks. I was looking back. Every game has been like within 3 points for the last 6 weeks. They're not going to score much, if at all. Neither is Denver.
That's fair. And Bridgewater's a little banged up.
Yeah, and Detroit's just weird. Detroit's actually been putting up like at least 16, 17 points a game for like 6 of the last 7 weeks or 5 of the last 7 weeks. I don't see Denver putting up more than 24. Denver's not a strong offense.
All right.
Last one, New Orleans -5 over the Jets. Jets are awful, and Taysom Hill's going to be a little bit healthier. He's not going to throw 4 interceptions. They're going to run it right down the Jets' throat.
I was close to taking that one. But yeah, just the way the state of the Saints right now,
they're all over the place.
But yeah, it makes sense to be like, yeah, the Saints will beat the Jets by a touchdown. That seems easy.
I was going to take Houston, Seattle under, but
I could see Seattle blowing Houston out somehow, just because Houston's not that good.
I could see it like 35-3, which would still hit the under, but also Texans just cut their second best defensive player in Zach Cunningham for no reason. And what's his name? The stud safety for the Seahawks. He's out for the year.
Jamal Adams. Yeah. So I ended up backing away from that one. Went with the Saints. So to recap our picks this week, I have the Seahawks -7.5 over the Texans, the Bucks -3 over the Bills, and the Cardinals -2.5 over the Rams. Pat has the Packers -12.5 over the Bears, the Lions +7.5 over the Broncos, and the Saints -5 over the Jets. We're going to post these on Friday and Sunday. Go like them, share them, and let us know what you think about our picks. Give us your picks as well. Also follow @GravyGambles on Twitter. We post all our picks every single day. Next segment we got is the What Would Jesus Do segment, where we grew up with the WWJD bracelets. I thought they should have been more like fortune cookies, where they tell you what Jesus would do in certain situations. They didn't put answers on that, so we're going to answer those questions for you. We're like a digital WWJD bracelet to you, basically. And all you do is throw Jesus in a modern day situation he might find himself in today's time if he were to come back. So throw him in 2021 and use the hashtag PTGWWJD to @PassTheGravyPod. That is how we will get them. We're going to do this segment as long as you guys keep submitting scenarios to us. Hashtag PTGWWJD to @PassTheGravyPod. This is the What Would Jesus Do segment.
Jesus, what would Jesus do? Jesus, what would Jesus do? Put him in a situation in a modern time. If he wrote this jingle, do you think he'd make it rhyme? So think about this crazy world in which we live today, and how would Jesus handle it in any given way?
All right, this week's What Would Jesus Do comes to us from our buddy Raimundo Benavidez @KMundoB on Twitter. He says, what game show would Jesus have the best chance at winning?
Full disclosure, I never really watched Price is Right growing up, so I'm just going to not say that one, even though I know it's the most popular one.
Deal or No Deal was the first thing I thought of, because it's like, you know which case the money is in.
I think Wheel of Fortune he'd probably be pretty good at.
Would he be able to stop the wheel? Because I feel like he knows what's in the case. Jesus knows all. But the spinning, it's more.
I never watched Deal or No Deal either.
I didn't really watch it either, but it's like, where's the hot chicks? It's like, oh, you've got this much money, but you can also get this. But like, I think he would know the big money case in Deal or No Deal. So I'm going to go with that.
You know what I'm going to go with? Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Anytime he needed to use a line like phone a friend, he's got God who is all knowing.
But you only get one.
Yeah, I know. But then there's also, what was it? 50%. I mean, I think Jesus would basically, through God, know most everything too. Now he was still a man, so he can't be omnipotent. Maybe he was omnipotent. I don't know. I feel like I should know more about Jesus. Not only after all the time we've done this.
That.
What? I could be smart too.
Stop it.
I was thinking Wheel of Fortune or maybe like Family Feud.
Oh, Family Feud would be good. Family Feud. But
who'd be on his team?
It would just be like
Mary Magdalene, Joseph.
Him, God, Mary Magdalene, probably Paul.
That's a fine team, yeah.
I would say Paul because he was the first pope.
Maybe Noah.
Noah was way before Jesus.
He'd come back.
Noah's Old Testament. Probably, yeah. How many is on there? So it'd be him, God, Mary Magdalene, and his parents. That's 5. I think that's what you get. I think, yeah.
That'd be pretty easy. They'd crush it, Family Feud. That's a good guess. It's a good guess. So I think we're to settle on Family Feud then.
Yeah.
All right. Solid submission, Raimundo. Pat, will you tell us about our good friends at AlmoRemedy.com?
Oh yeah. So if you're like me, and you know what, a little thing, I know I've told you I like to rub it on the chest too. Sometimes when your nose is a little stuffed up like mine is right now, I just get my nose deep into that cucumber melon, take a big old whiff, clears me right up. But or you could use it for its intended purposes. You got stiff shoulders. Like if you're like me, you sit in weird angles in this chair during the entire podcast for God knows what reason, other than you've got ADD and can't sit still. Shoulders get a little tense from leaning on them weird. Bam, pop it on right there. Or you don't have time. You don't like to be, have lotion all over your hands. You're a busy businessman. You go to work in a suit and tie and you got a briefcase. You don't have time for nonsense. Tincture oil. Morning, you just put a few drops underneath your tongue. You're good to go. You got a sweet tooth like Robert. I know he likes candy. Look at him. Little candy eater. Gummy bears. Boom. Not CBD. Sorry, not THC, just CBD. It's not going to get you high. It's going to mellow you out. You're going to feel great. There's one that, also, if you do, let's say you used to smoke weed, but you don't do it anymore. You got too much, you do not have time on your hands. You don't have time to smoke the electric lettuce, but you still like the feeling and the ritual of it. Hemp leaf. Like I said, not going to get you high. You're not going to get all paranoid. Hemp flower. Sorry, I got the leaf in my head now.
Oh, yeah, it's hot leaf. If you're trying to get off the hot leaf, maybe you get drug tested. Go with the hemp flower.
Yeah, hemp flower. Just going to chill you out, mellow you out, not give you a buzz, but you're going to feel good. Lots of different products. No matter which way you like to take your vitamins, your pills, your THCs, whatever. They got the pills too. Almost didn't mention those. Any way you want to take it, they got it. You got a bum ankle because you play soccer on the weekends, but you suck at it. Little cucumber lotion right there.
That. I'm not
what?
bad.
I wasn't talking about you. It was a completely made up scenario.
Okay.
If you have dreams that one day you're going to be on the Dynamo, but you suck at soccer, you can still use this too.
Directed at me.
No, I don't know why you would think that. This is completely made up.
Seems directed at me, but okay.
Or if you're just fat and you've got bad knees, you rub it on that.
Use promo code PTG at checkout. You're going to get 10% off your order at alamoremedy.com. If you get something from Alamo Remedy, use the tag them on Twitter at Alamo Remedy, at Alamo Remedy CBD on Instagram. Let them know you support the people supporting the pod. AlamoRemedy.com, AlamoRemedy.com. Use promo code PTG at checkout. You're going to get 10% off your order. Alamo
Take
Remedy.
Take it with a quarter of a Viagra in the morning.
Maybe. We don't 100% want to sign off on that, but maybe ask your doctor first. They are the official sponsor of our Not Cool segment.
Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool.
I'll go. First one is just basically working in a restaurant in December. Everyone's having their Christmas parties. It's large parties. It's a pain in the ass. Plus, we are a catering company as well. So not only are we getting busier, we will be understaffed most of the time because people have to be pulled away from the restaurant to work the caterings. So it's good for the restaurant. We're very busy. There's a lot of money coming. It's just a pain in the ass. Big tables are a pain in the ass because it's more things that can fall through the cracks and go wrong. And then when people overbook big parties, you get too many on the same day. You can't really seat walk-ins, and then people get pissed off. Like, what do you mean I can't get a table? I see one right there. And we're like, yeah, well, that's reserved because they're coming in an hour and you're not going to be gone by then. And they made a reservation and you're a fucking dickhead.
Yeah, I can see how that adds up. Emma and myself used to both work for a catering company, and it was like that. There were times that like any holiday, anything for company. It was like company like Halloween parties, or just like it was usually like during business hours. But like there were days where they would just like they just wouldn't like check the people that were working, and they're like, yeah, well, we have 87 parties. I know that there's 20 employees, but okay, so you're gonna be on this. Everybody was kind of short staffed, and it was like, all right, well, we don't have enough trucks. So somebody that had a truck that they owned, they were like, can we just use your personal truck and stuff like that? And it was a fucking pain in the ass. But yeah, around the holidays was always weird. So I can imagine that would really suck if you're also having to run like a restaurant with it.
Yeah. And my other one is we've been open since June 1st. So that's almost 7 months now.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got large plates that your entree goes on. We've got little small plates that are just like whenever they order appetizers, you throw them on the table. It's just a small plate for you to put your appetizer down as you eat. And then medium plates, which, you know, we make side salads. They go to put appetizers on. Like if you get a soup, it's going to go on that plate with a napkin when it comes with you. Well, we got a limited number of those to open, and we haven't been able to order more ones since because the company that we get them from has just not had them in stock for like 7 fucking months. And it was kind of a pain because you run out of them quickly, but it wasn't so bad. But now that it's starting to get colder, everyone's ordering soup all the fucking time. So usually we open at 11. By like 11:30, 11:45, I've ran through the 20 or so plates that I have allocated for fucking soups. And then I got to use the tiny little ones. It's a gigantic pain in my ass. And luckily I found out today the company just got more in stock, so I'm going to get more. But it's so goddamn frustrating not having enough of something that I need to prep beforehand of. And then once I run out of them, it's like, all right, well, let's just run around trying to piece shit together for the rest of the fucking day.
You should buy a kiln and make your own plates.
No.
I mean,
I'm already there.
makes-
I'm already there
it makes
6
too
days
much
a
sense.
fucking week. I'm not spending more of my own goddamn time doing that.
You don't have to
And
spend more time. You just have somebody in the back. You're like, hey, while you're at it, let's also make a couple, like,
Oh,
smooth out a couple of these bad boys.
you think we have room to do anything in the back that isn't already set up? That's cute.
I mean, I don't know.
There's no
Just
room
I'm
in the
saying,
back.
maybe invest in a kiln. I think eventually it's cheaper if you buy one kiln and just make your own plates because you can break all the ones you want. Just, hey, let's make another plate.
You also assume I'd be able to do that. I am not an artsy craftsy person.
They don't have to be great. They just got to be usable.
I don't know about that.
So you're
It's
not
a decent
cool, huh?
enough idea, but no, it wouldn't work. Yeah, it's been a gigantic pain in my ass.
I'll go next. My not cool is, again, I'm at war with my apartments. Actually, it's kind of like it's resided at this point, but I did go 5 days without AC. Now,
That's fun.
Yes, Alex, it is in the middle of like, it was sort of a cold front, but it wasn't this weekend. And I mean, we did the whole engagement thing. So Emma's sister came to stay with us. Like, we've had people crash on our couch before, but never just like planned like, hey, I'm going to stay over for the weekend. That was the first time we've done that since we've lived in this apartment. And it was in mid 70s. So it was like enough to where it would be, it was uncomfortable without AC. And it was like, it felt weird to bitch about it, but it was just like, okay, well, we were just running every fan in our house and all of this. And they, we went out, I think at the end of Wednesday, we sent in a thing on Thursday. They were like, oh, hey, we'll order something tomorrow. Or they ordered it. It got in Friday, but they're like, it takes all day. We can work on it on Saturday. And I was like, that's tight. If you fix it Saturday, whatever, dude. And they're like, oh, well, actually, the manager said not to do anything until Monday. And I was like, sick. So they gave us a window unit, and window unit worked for our bedroom. But what I've kept telling the front office is I was like, well, you know, I do most of my living in the living room, which was not attached to the window unit. And yes, I can run it at 62. And like, boy, oh boy, is my electricity bill just fucking jacked up now because I was running a window unit nonstop trying to cool the whole place. And it's like, I felt weird bitching about it because it's like, yeah, it's not the hottest it's been, but like, it's supposed to get back to the 80s by the end of the week. I was like, we need to fucking, let's fix it so it's not uncomfortable. Okay. Like right now I can keep a door open and it's relatively cool, but like eventually it's going to be uncomfortable, and I pay full rent. So I'm not uncomfortable in my house temperature wise. It was we went 5 whole days without like central AC. They finally fixed it yesterday, and it felt like they were like pulling teeth. And then this weekend I went and talked to him. I was like, hey, look, just like, I understand, like, you know, the weekend happened and shit, like, so you can fix it on Monday, but that kind of tells me like, fuck you. You can have anything go wrong as long as it's not during, like, leading into a weekend, and we'll fix it. And I was like, so what I feel like is fair is I average together the last 6 months of my electricity bill, and then we deduct whatever the difference is, because obviously that is the cost of running a window unit. And the lady on Saturday, I think she just wanted to get me out of there. It was just like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I see that. So she left a note. And then Monday or Tuesday I called, and they're like, yeah, we're not going to offset that. No, we're not doing that. And I was like, okay, well, you guys can go fuck yourself. And then just kind of like, I did the whole like polite chewing. I was like, hey, just, I mean, it's unreasonable for me to expect that, like, I pay full rent and to not get full use of my apartment, including the central AC. Like, I feel like, there's got to be something that's worked on my end, and just, it's going to be a problem if we don't have this fixed. She's like, what do you mean it's going to be a problem? I was like, I mean, I'm going to be very upset is what I meant. Like, it's not a threat.
I'm going to live to make your life more difficult.
Which we're just about to have a ton of awesome events that are going to go on in this complex that I can.
I will call you every 9 minutes for 6 days straight.
Well, they can send you to this like answering machine, and I think that's what I got after a while. But I will put your number on a horny Craigslist post. My AC going out when it's not 100% like the most uncomfortable it could be, because it wasn't in the 90s, but it was like we had a guest coming over, staying all weekend, that was staying in our living room on an air mattress. So then we had to sleep with our bedroom door open so she could get cold air out there. And then she had to sleep with the door open at night on our balcony so she could get air. And we had all of our fans running. It was bullshit. It was bullshit.
You should report them to the Better Business Bureau.
I don't think it'll do anything.
Nothing will probably happen, but they'll come in, probably ask some questions, and maybe lower their rating. Like, oh, look, you're going to lose money now because you're assholes that won't make simple accommodations to the people that give you money every week or every month.
Move out. I'm just going to tell Gravy Gang what the name of the place is, so they can just leave shitty reviews.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be my payback later.
Honestly, I should.
That's
just
my
do
not
that
cool,
because I know where it is. So I should just leave anonymous terrible reviews.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my not cool.
I think mine's more on the level of Pat's medium plates. The new Spider-Man comes out next week, and the earliest showing is on Thursday at 3 p.m. And I want to go to that showing, but Sam works or something, so we can't go that day. We have to go like a Friday.
Job thing.
Yeah, it's very inconvenient. Gets in the way sometimes. I just can't go see Spider-Man when I want to go see Spider-Man.
Well, you could lie, say you didn't see it, and then go see it the next day with Sam.
So I'm just supposed to like disappear for 2.5 hours?
She's working.
Christmas shopping.
She's working.
It is.
Oh, wait, does she work from home?
Yeah, next to me.
From home. I forgot about that. Oh yeah, you're boned, buddy.
Maybe we can say something.
Do you want me to look up the Wikipedia synopsis and just tell you what happens?
No, that's why I want to go see it like at 3 p.m.
It is funny that movies used to be like midnight showing. You can be the first one to see it, and like then everybody just bought the midnight showing. So like, all right, 11 o'clock showing, and now it's like we've gotten all the way to just 3 p.m. the day before.
Yeah.
And it was Friday. It was like Fridays, and then they added midnights, and now it's Thursday. Eventually, it's going to become Wednesday. They're just going to eventually we're going to work our way all the way back to Sunday, or I mean Saturday, like Sunday, then Saturday, then Fridays. We're in an never-ending cycle of what day of the week movies are going to come out on.
Pretty much. That's a pretty solid, not cool though. It's a weird dilemma to be in. I remember like talking about seeing movies that you're not supposed to see without people. My friend and I in I think it was junior high. I was staying over at his house that night, and we wanted to go see Malibu's Most Wanted. So whatever year Malibu's Most Wanted came out, but his parents were like, "No, we're not gonna go to the movies tonight, guys. Maybe another time." And we went with his sister to the mall and watched Malibu's Most Wanted. And then we got back to the house, and his parents were like, "You know what? We thought about it, and why don't we go see? Like, let's go see the movie." And we saw Malibu's Most Wanted twice in the same day, and like had to be like, "Oh yeah, totally. Thank you so much. This is awesome." Like hours after we just saw it.
2003.
So that was junior high for sure then. But yeah,
that would have been so funny if you guys fucking hated it. If you hated it the first time and then had to sit through it a second time.
Yeah, but it was still funny. It wasn't really not cool. It was just like to have to like play off like, oh, Yeah, it's because like at that point you can't like be like, we don't need to see that movie. Like, why? Why all of a sudden did you change your mind? Let's go see something else. Not the movie we had been talking about all day before we left, and definitely didn't see at the mall. So that was pretty funny. So every time I think of Malibu's Most Wanted, I always think of like, I saw that movie twice in a day in theaters. It's the only movie I've ever seen twice in one day in theaters.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why you would do that. Otherwise, well, I guess some people are like, I love this so much, I wouldn't watch it again.
Star Wars people, I felt like watched the new Star Wars, like that first one, was it The Force Awakens? I felt like there were people that like just watched every showing of it that entire week that it came out.
Yeah,
I saw it 14 times, dude.
Okay.
Right. You probably really remember it.
Weird flex,
come out,
okay.
It's gonna come out on DVD in like a couple of months, and you can just own it, watch it as many times as you want.
What's the movie you've seen the most in theaters? Like, have you ever seen another movie like a second time in theaters?
Never once.
Besides, obviously, Malibu's Most Wanted. I think the movie I seen a movie 3 or 4 times in theaters.
What movies?
It was only one. It was only one. The Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. That was really good. I had like a free showing from PlayStation. Then me and my brother went to that one. Then I was like, this is a really good movie. I want Sam to watch it too. Then I think we went again just because like it's a really good movie.
Have you seen the trailer? The trailer for the new one, Across the Spider-Verse?
I have.
Looks dope. I hope Spider-Pig's in it again.
I've seen
Spider-Ham.
I feel like I've seen one of the Star Wars a couple of times in theaters, one of the new ones, but like not like the same day or anything like that. Maybe I
never got that,
but I definitely have. Like I remember when Titanic was out, that like people would go like on the news who were like, I've seen it 10 times. And you're like, all right, weirdo. Like
that was also when
second or third time, like
the internet wasn't really out then. There was only so much shit to do.
Yeah,
you had to fill your day.
The same exact movie. It was like, there's a lot of movies.
I've never gone twice. I'll just see it and then I go, oh man, I can't wait for that to come out on streaming or on video. It's like I saw it once. I'm not going to pay to go see it again.
Sometimes you pick up something the second time around, but yeah, I think I've only seen like 2 movies multiple times.
I'll just stream it. I don't care.
Oh, pirate it.
That's not what I said.
I already paid for it once.
That's what I meant. That's not what I said.
I didn't say you said that. I didn't say you said any of that.
You got my money once. You're not getting me twice.
Look, I paid a lot of money. I also bought popcorn, so that's basically another ticket.
Got a $12 ticket and a beer. I spent $26 on this.
Robert, you're not a popcorn guy, right? You're just a sit in the movie guy, right? I think we already talked about this.
Yeah, I don't want to eat during a movie theater or watching a movie.
Like, I don't want to go in that exact same discussion, but I kind of think it's weird when people have like a full meal during, like, the guy that gets the hot dog and the nachos. You're like, what do you do? Like, this isn't like Alamo Draft House or what is it, Studio Movie Grill. It's like,
I hate those places.
I don't hate those places. I think it's cool.
I don't want people walking around during my movie.
I think they do a pretty good job of like not bothering you.
The few times I've gone, I've noticed every waiter in that place.
I've been pretty chill with it. I like being able to just eat and get it all done, dinner and a movie at the same time. But like, it's weird when like you have the guy, like, I'm like, I'll go popcorn, soda, usually not really candy, but I've had candy before and stuff like that at the movie. But it's funny with the, oh, can I get 2 hot dogs and the nachos? Like, this is a whole meal you're just bringing into like a regular theater.
Yeah,
maybe you're hungry and you haven't had lunch, and like, I mean, I can't really judge based on it, but it feels weird to like choose a hot dog as your movie food.
It's very weird to me too.
Or a pickle.
It's always
been
a
jug of pickles.
Usually, if I go to movies, I don't know why. I always go with my brother. We always get a large cherry Coke, some popcorn.
Paying cash because he doesn't trust the government, so he doesn't have a card.
Oh no, I've usually pre-bought the tickets online. Or no, he does do
tracking
cash.
Us. You know that, right?
The large popcorn, and then maybe some candy, but that candy's always gone. If not by the time the movie starts, then very shortly after. We eat the candy because the candy is what makes noise. Popcorn doesn't make any noise. Soda doesn't make noise. If you're gonna get
And
candy,
I have a weird
slam
rule
that
with the
shit quick.
popcorn. I don't eat the popcorn until like the movie starts, or else it's like half gone by the time you're like at the end of like the previews. You're like, oh
See,
shit.
I don't want to be eating during a movie. So I've gotten hot dogs before, but I'm eating that while the trailer's going on. So I'm done eating by the time the
That
movie
makes
starts.
more sense, I guess. Maybe if that's your plan, I'm cool with that. It's just weird to be like, you know what I'm going to enjoy throughout the movie is a hot dog. Because with like popcorn, it's cool because you can set it down in the seat next to you if you have an empty seat and then go back to it when you're feeling like more popcorn. It'd be funny if you like, I'm going to take one bite of this hot dog and set it over here. And you keep going to the hot dog throughout the movie.
Tense scene, somebody's being kidnapped, and you're just like, oh.
But like if there was like food drink combos, like I always like you have a mouthful of popcorn and then you take the sip of the movie soda, and it's just like that's
Salty
the
and
best.
sweet.
Like I just wish that was like a flavor that like you could bite into like on its own, like popcorn like soda soaked popcorn. It sounds gross, but I feel like it would
Soggy
be awesome.
popcorn.
Yeah, I don't
That's
Have you ever done
Like-
popcorn with hot
like-
sauce?
I've had it not at a movie theater.
Yeah, same.
I'm a traditional popcorn guy. I think butter, salt,
Lots of butter.
It's really hard to fuck that up.
Ooh, I want to put celery salt on some popcorn. I bet that'd be dope.
Probably would be.
Yeah. But the key is
movie food. Let's just go to a movie theater and like not see a movie. Just buy the food and like sit in that little like
the arcade area.
Cinemark always, yeah, they have the arcade area, but there's always tables where you're like, what the fuck am I doing at these tables? And you're like, oh, it's for like the 8th graders that are waiting on their parents to come pick them up. But you just like, I'll take 2 hot dogs and a thing of popcorn and 2 sodas. And you do dinner and a movie, but you have the dinner at the like in the like walk-in area at the tables. You go 2 hours early.
I don't think I've ever actually finished the popcorn because we always go get the extra large one. That way, because you know you're going to eat it beforehand. Yeah, but we never refill it.
My uncle.
Actually, no. I do remember
Uncle
doing
T.
it one time.
But he would like. I remember always being like, "Who the fuck?" Like you buy the souvenir cup. I don't know if they still do the souvenir cups. I know they do the XXL ones. That like it's free refills. But he would like. I remember the first time I ever saw it, he did the popcorn and the soda. He got the free refill on it. I was like, "That's so much popcorn and so much soda."
Me and this guy probably would have got along great. Like, I'm going to get my goddamn money's worth.
Yeah, and he didn't do it like maliciously. He was just like crushing popcorn. It was sick.
Really enjoying this popcorn right now. I'm just in a popcorn mood.
My Uncle Tom always would take us to like movies like Christmas Day. He was cool. He was Uncle Tom. All right.
That's just funny.
His name was Tom. He was my uncle. I don't know. Was it a race thing?
Obviously it wasn't. It's funny to me. I've never heard anybody actually have a Tom like as their uncle. Like, yeah,
there's a lot of people that do.
But I've never known anyone that's ever been like, yeah, my Uncle Tom. That's just, it caught me off guard. It made me laugh.
All right. Well, let's move on to the answers segment where you send us in any questions that you have at all, and we will answer them for you. This week's answer segment brought to you by littlemshop.com, littlemshop.com. Things are flying off the shelf at Little M Shop right now. If you want keychains, you want t-shirts, you want mini, like little, like the fold or collapsible mirrors, ladies, those makeup mirrors, or even fellas, you want the best air fresheners in the world. You want stickers. There's something for everybody at littlemshop.com. The dirty/clean little stickers or magnets for dishwashers, so you know which is dirty or which is whether it's dirty or clean dishes. Pretty awesome stuff. Littlemshop.com has got a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and it is the holiday season. If you're looking for stocking stuffers, this is the perfect place to go to for it. littlemshop.com, littlemshop.com. Get you the keychains. If you're a Taylor Swift fan, your girl's a Taylor Swift fan, maybe, fuck the patriarchy keychains. Get them now, littlemshop.com. Getaway car keychains, littlemshop.com. The best in a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Best stocking stuffer website ever. I will give you that. But there's no place to get better stocking stuffers than littleemshop.com, littleemshop.com. Give them a follow on Twitter and Instagram at littleemshop on Instagram and at littleemtweets on Twitter. littleemshop.com. Be sure to use promo code PTG69 at checkout. You're going to get 10% off your order at littleemshop.com. That's PTG69 as your promo code at checkout for 10% off your order at littleemshop.com. littleemshop.com, the official sponsor of our Answers segment.
Well, if you just answered the question, why don't you just answer the question? Be honest, no big deal. Yeah, answer the question.
Don't change the subject, just answer the fucking question.
Any questions?
If you want to send us your answers questions, use the hashtag PTG Answers to @PassTheGradyPod. I'm at Alex J. Middleton. Pat's at not Pat Dan. Robert's at Robert Barbosa 03. Our first answers question this week comes to us from our podcast son, Skylar Lester.
Oh my God, Skylar!
At OMG, it's Skylar on Twitter. Skylar says, would a Golden Girls reboot just be Betty White asking questions to a Ouija board?
Either that or a medium having a little seance trying to talk to him.
Betty White as a medium, maybe.
Ooh. Also, so I just did a quick Google search or something because I wanted to make sure all of them were dead. Did you ever watch Golden Girls growing up? Do you have any frame of reference? Okay, so I watched a lot of it with my grandmother.
Thank
it was
you for being a friend.
One of the funniest fucking shows of all time. So B. Arthur was like the main one who you probably like if you saw a picture of him, you would kind of recognize
I know
him, though,
B.
right?
Arthur is, yeah.
Yeah, so B. Arthur, and then Rue McClanahan played her mother in the show. Rue McClanahan was a year younger than her. She was just tiny. I just looked it up. That blew my fucking mind. Because she looked 20 years older.
Pretty wild. That's pretty wild.
Just blew my. I bet there's so many people sitting here watching that used to like see Golden Girls as a kid that just blew their fucking mind. Also, now I want to watch Stop or My Mom Will Shoot because that was one of the greatest pairings in TV history. Rue McClanahan and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Never heard of that until just now.
He's a cop and she's his tiny little mom.
I would like to think that a Golden Girls reboot would be Betty White asking questions to a Ouija board. That would be pretty funny. And also probably wouldn't last very long.
Sorry, I said, I just realized I said Arnold Schwarzenegger. It was Sylvester Stallone and Rue McClanahan. My apologies,
Basically
everyone.
The same guy. Basically.
Pretty much. But, I keep saying Rue McClanahan. It's Estelle Getty. I don't know what the fuck is wrong. I'm not even. I've only had 3 beers this podcast. Something's wrong with my brain today. Rue McClanahan was fucking one of the other ones. God, my brain is just off today. More so than usual.
Let's see how it works with this.
But yeah, Ouija board.
Gen Z Zach Woodruff at Salsa 6800. He says, "Is Lord of the Rings a Christmas movie since it has elves in it?"
Don't put elves into a box, man. You need Jesus or Santa for it to be a Christmas, or it has to be around that. Lord of the Rings, wrong kind of trees. It's supposed to be a pine tree with decorations, not a talking tree.
I think any tree that you decorate could be a Christmas tree. We'll get
Could
to
be
that at another time, but I think I've decided I was very adamant a couple of years ago that I'm gonna fight the Die Hard is not a Christmas movie fight. I was really into that fight, and at a certain point I was like, it's not even worth it. I don't fucking care. I don't care. Harry Potter though is a Christmas movie because Christmas happens in it. If you include Die Hard in Christmas movies, you have to literally include so many other movies. If there's elves in it, yep, it's a Christmas movie. So I would consider Lord of the Rings a Christmas movie.
Nope.
If Die Hard is a Christmas movie, Lord of the Rings also is considered a Christmas movie on that fringe line that Die Hard goes under. It's like, yes, was it at a Christmas party? Yes, that was it. But was the movie about Christmas? It was not about Christmas. Was the movie Lord of the Rings about Christmas? No, it wasn't.
It being Christmas was a central part of the theme of the movie. You can't say Harry Potter is a Christmas movie because Christmas just happens during the movie. No, Christmas is a character in the original Die Hard. It is part of the plot. It is a core, central part of the movie. It's not just a background thing that happens.
A core central part of the movie.
It is. It is
trying to stop the terrorist group and save everyone in there, including
the setting is a core central part of the movie. Christmas was a very important part of the setting of the movie.
No, the party was. It just happened to be a Christmas party. Like it wasn't like, oh, this is like that's not. No, if we include Die Hard in the Christmas movie category,
because part of the reason he was going
like
home
this.
to try and reconcile with his wife, or not really going home, but going there to try and reconcile with his wife, it's because it was Christmas. He was trying to use the season to help bring them back together.
I think,
which, by the way, I know we've said this before.
Christmas movie.
Fuck her. Everything John McClane's done for her, and she keeps leaving him. Fuck her.
Well, John McClane has his own problems, you know?
Yeah, he's also, killed 87 people just to keep her alive and sacrificed so much. And
we saw how it ended. We saw how it ended, okay? Obviously, you won her back that time.
Yeah, and then she left again and again and again.
We don't know that.
Yeah, he was probably a bit of a dick. Kind of hard to live with.
Yeah, he was.
Through thick and thin, richer or poor, dick or saving my life from terrorists. That's actual vows.
But really, I think after he learned that you could just make tiny fists with your toes, when you get off of a flight, when you can take your shoes off, you just make tiny fists with your toes in the carpet, that it helps you relax. And I think after he learned that really changed his life. That's how I'd like to think of John McClane.
Why not?
But I think Lord of the Rings, Elves, absolutely a Christmas movie. Die Hard opened the door. Die Hard opened the door to allow so many other movies where Christmas happens in it. It is a Christmas movie.
I explained it very well to you. Robert, Lord of the Rings, Christmas movie, yay or nay?
No.
There you go.
You're both wrong, but okay, whatever. Just because I was outvoted doesn't mean I was wrong.
No, because you're wrong means you're wrong.
A lot of people thought Einstein was crazy. That's all I'll say right there.
They just didn't understand math.
And you guys just don't understand Christmas movies. You've opened the portal and everything.
I understand them better than most.
Movie. Okay, this is a good one. This actually is like very few times does it happen where like an answers question is asked on Twitter and then it just gets a life of its own. And this got a life of its own. So this is more of a visual one, but I'm going to try and make like a video clip of this. But this was a great question from my buddy Alex O at Alex McThunder1 on Twitter. He says, if a centaur had a dick, where would it be? Now, would the dick be on the front of the horse body like a man would have a dick, like where our man dicks are, or would it be on the bottom like a horse dick?
I went back and forth on this. Like in your head, you think centaur, he's like, you get the brain of a man. So he's probably going to fuck like a man. He's going to want it front. Bottom half is a horse. He's got to have the horse dick in the back.
That's 100% my thinking as well.
Yeah.
Robert?
Same.
It would just be weird to see a centaur with a dick hanging off of the horse chest, It's not like, where the dick goes.
He comes galloping towards you or running. I don't know. Is a centaur galloping? I think a centaur gallops because he's got a horse bottom. So the centaur comes galloping up to you. You just dick just flopping.
A dick just. And actually, with the rhythm that the horse is galloping, it's probably going to start circling. It's going to be a circle dick coming at you. Nobody wants to see that.
You get the benefit of also you have a horse cock.
Yeah.
So you're probably bigger.
That's too big to fuck women. So then you got to find other centaurs to fuck.
I think that's the case. I think centaur
which is actually smart.
Centaur women, which is how they make more centaurs.
Because call me crazy, I don't think you should ever fuck other species. That's just me.
I'm not going to push back on that. That's a fair statement.
Until we find aliens that look exactly like us. And even then, careful.
Dude, centaurs would be wild if they were real. Can you imagine that? Like, this is my friend Pat. He's a centaur. Like, what?
He just won the Kentucky Derby. Now he's
They'd
at
have
the
to have
farm
like
drinking
a
with
centaur
us.
derby, right? I feel like it would be bad.
yeah.
Like if centaurs were a real thing, like there would be like a whole thing.
It'd be the Olympics.
It's like, can you imagine like the people fighting for centaur rights and stuff like that? Like, would it be PETA?
I don't think they'd have to fight. Centaurs would be physically superior to all of us. They would have their rights.
I
Trust
disagree.
me, they would have their rights.
I mean, I think that we could fuck up centaurs like initially in hand-to-hand combat, but like I feel like
Well, that's when they would have established their dominance.
you could
It's
lasso
long
up
ago.
a centaur.
But the guy also has a full human brain and like hands, so he could just like grab the lasso and stop it, and then take off running and just pull you. Yeah, you could lasso him, but he's smarter
I just
than
think
a
there'd be a
horse.
whole like centaur rights thing. It would be bad. It would like
wouldn't.
you could centaurs would get abused. There'd be all kinds of stuff. Like they'd be like, is it inhumane to race centaurs?
No, the biggest
like that
problem
would
we would have is people would be like, I think I should be able to fuck a centaur. And we're like, dude, that's, I mean, they've got a human brain, so they can make their own choices at that point. But also, you're fucking a horse ass. That's pretty weird. Or you're being fucked by a horse cock.
Right. If you see Mr. Happy Hands, it doesn't.
I was going to say, Mr. Hansen, it didn't end well. The guy died.
Don't go look. that up.
Also, what if centaurs, like when they're fucking, the horse part takes over and they're just pounding away at you? That'll kill you. The dick is too big. It'll kill you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this one really did take a life of its own in the comment section. They had great ideas like, what if they had both? Well, you know, now you're just trying to have too much of everything. You want to fuck human, women, and horses? Settle down there, bud.
Can't have two dicks.
Can't have two dicks.
You can't
It's
just have two dicks.
because at least the back dick is back there. It's not, you can't, no, we already established, first thing we established is nobody wants to see a centaur dick just wiggling around on its front.
That's a given.
Yeah. So no two dicks. We're going back dick. It's a horse dick. It's not a human
horse
dick. That's
where the horse
that's back
dick
there.
is not a dick where a human's dick would be.
yes.
All right, I'm glad we all agreed on that. It's a great question, Alex. So I really enjoyed everybody else weighing in on it as well on Twitter. Next question is from Josh Tree Caudle at Joshua Tree 713. He says, if you were Santa, what would you want people to leave out for you instead of milk and cookies?
Bourbon. And I mean, it's a long night. So I'm going to say bourbon, caffeinated drinks, and probably chewing tobacco or dip, either one. It's a long night Santa's going to get
That's
through.
a lot.
That is a lot. He's asking for
Okay.
a lot.
Okay, just bourbon and dip.
You won't be
So
able to
milk and
drive the
cookies, bourbon
sleigh.
and dip. First of all, they're magic reindeer. I think they can handle themselves on getting place to place. Second of all, I'm motherfucking Santa Claus, man. I can drink a lot.
I don't think it's one of Santa's powers.
I
We
think
don't know
it
that.
is.
He's big, mass wise. So he could probably drink
Yeah.
a lot.
Well,
and not be that
there we
drunk.
go. Right there. Not only is he a big man, so more places to put it. He's magical. He's also Santa Claus. He's got a lot of downtime, probably doing a lot of drinking during the 364 days
That's
he's
mostly
not
milk,
working.
though.
Well,
Silky milk,
that-
maybe.
That's what I mean. How much alcohol do you think the man can drink if he can hold down that much milk?
Well, he can
Think
hold down
about
that. He can hold down that much milk because he's lactose tolerant. Like he's like lactose immune.
Right. Or if he is lactose intolerant, you could always just give him the silky water.
No, if you by the way, if you put out soy milk for Santa Claus, you're an asshole.
It's almond milk is the silky kind. of
I
water.
put out oat milk for Santa.
oat milk and oatmeal. That's what Robert would want.
One day when I have children, I'm going to teach them that we leave Santa bourbon because I like a nightcap. Also
want a
six
nice-
before it.
A nice Southern Star is probably what I'd want, and crawfish.
Oh
Would
yeah,
be-
nice Southern
be what I
Star's
would
probably
want. So
that's
Robert,
what you leave
you
out
would want
for Santa
oatmeal and
Claus.
oat milk. All oats,
Santa-
and then oats for the reindeer.
Santa Claus is who gets beer and some crawfish.
Oh, give me some of that crawfish, you know. Down by the bayou, I love me the crawfish. A
Santa
crawfish and a
Claus.
Southern Star.
Santa Claus comes out of the swamp. He don't come down no chimneys.
Santa
Santa-
Claus.
Swamper Claus comes in on an airboat.
You'll hear him coming from a mile away.
Can you just change your accent based on what region you're in?
Yep. I'm not good.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
so-
do other accents though.
Oh, I will. So Canada, Santa Claus is getting maple syrup and some poutine. Oh, fuck, bud. Here's your presents there, bud.
Isn't it weird that like Canada food is like poutine is like the go-to, like just name a Canadian food and it's like just fries with cheese on them.
Cheese curds. And if you talk to most Canadians, they're like, I mean, like, yeah, sometimes. Like, I've had it. No, actually, what it should be is just a donut and coffee for fucking Tim Hortons. That's what Canada should be.
Some Timmy Hoes.
86% of the Canadian diet comes from Tim Hortons.
That's all Santa leaves kids in Canada. It's just Tim Hortons gift cards.
Here's a hockey puck and well wishes for the rest of the year, sport.
Here's a net. You wanted a net, eh? Maybe some goalie pads.
I went ahead and gave you a snow shovel because it's practical and you'll be able to help out your parents there, bud.
And family is first. We always take family first. Here's a fresh new Canucks jersey and some snow boots.
That's all the regions we need to cover. Cajun Santa, Canadian Santa.
A photo of Justin Trudeau, eh? You're gonna
no, you're gonna want the great one there, bud. You got to have Gretzky. By the way, nobody gets a 99 jersey. Nobody wears 99. It's reserved for the great one. Can I have jersey number 99? No, we don't do that.
No, we don't do that. The elves don't make that.
It's impolite.
It's rude. Say you're sorry. Say you're sorry for even asking.
Say sorry, bud.
All right. Or we're going to throw you right into Lake Ontario over there.
By the way, be nice to the French Canadians. We know nobody wants them there, but they're here.
It's Christmas, for Pete's sake. I feel like Canadians say Pete's sake a lot. Oh, gracious to Pete. Which made me seem Irish when I said that there.
Hey, even if hockey doesn't work out for you, try out football. Maybe one day you can make it all the way to the Grey Cup. And see, This happens every time I do Canada. It turns Irish. Every fucking
the
time
Grey Cup,
if I go long enough.
And hey, if you don't make it to the Grey Cup, you could always go curling. That's a good route to go.
Make it all the way to Saskatoon.
Just make sure you're vaccinated.
They won't let you on the trains anymore.
It's hard to travel these days without the vaccination.
See, it's really just becoming Irish for us now.
Yeah. We got to stop doing accents.
It's fun. That being said, I really want to start fucking making skits as Canadian Santa. Canadian Santa and Cajun Santa.
Just start doing that as your bit. Just tweet out little like 15-second clips of you as like Canadian Santa.
And Cajun
Santa. Hey there, sport. Merry Christmas, sport. I got you a hockey puck
that's
and a new Eastern
Irish.
stick.
You are full Irish now. There's no Canadian left in that accent.
Once you go Irish, it's just there's no going back at that point.
You got to throw bud in there. It'll bring you back home.
So, Robert, you wanted oatmeal and oat milk. I wanted crawfish and Southern Star. Pat wanted bourbon. And what was your cookies?
Dip. No, bourbon and dip.
Bourbon and dip. All right, that's fair.
I'm a redneck Santa. You got a big house here.
Ooh, doggy. He's one big chimney.
No more Santa. We can't keep doing Santa impressions. As much as I'm enjoying it.
Our final question this week comes from our girl, Kenya Valdez at Kenyatta Mandata on Twitter. She says, would you rather be able to speak to animals or read people's minds?
Oh, this one is actually a tough one because the practical application of being able to read people's minds is so much better.
But I'm gonna do animals because Dr. Doolittle seemed like he was pretty chill. Like Dr. Doolittle was awesome. I would love to be able to speak to animals.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you said you wanted to read minds.
No, it seems like reading minds is the right answer, but I would go speaking to animals.
Because imagine if you knew why Wheezy was barking right now.
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong, Wheeze? And she's like, oh, I heard a noise. And you could be like, no, it wasn't anything. She'd be like, are you sure? And you're like, yeah. And she's like, okay, then I'll stop barking.
And like, you know, like when your dog's not feeling great, like, what's up, bud? Like, see, she's telling me right now. She's telling me right now, and I can't understand.
Bro, imagine if you could actually like hear your dog tell you that they love you back.
Oh, I'd just cry.
I would probably.
I love you so much.
See, I don't. You know what? Now I've changed my own mind. I don't want to feel anything that deeply. I'm gonna go read minds. I'm gonna win a lot of money on gambling on that, and I'm gonna live on a farm with 250 dogs, and just every day. It doesn't matter. They can show me they love
minds and know the winners of games. Like you would be able to predict the future.
I would lay on the ground and have 16 Great Danes just wrestle me.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be cool if you could talk to those Great Danes? Like that's what I would want.
It
Robert,
would
what would
be,
you do? You'd
but
be a
it-
mind reader guy, right?
Animals.
Really?
Actually,
Animals, yeah.
I'm back on animals because I could definitely monetize that and make a lot of money off of it. I'm back on animals. You got to go animals. It's the right move.
Yeah. Like if you have animals on your side, I feel like you could do everything.
Plus, I don't know if my sister's dog understands me when I tell him that I hate him, and I'd like him to really understand that I hate him. Because he's the worst animal of all time.
That's mean. I'm just thinking like power wise, like remember Jumanji when they were just running through everything? Like imagine if you could talk to all of the Jumanji animals and be like, yo, you know where you should run through next? This place that I don't like. The front office of my apartments, you should run through there. Say, fuck you guys.
And every one of you leave a poop in there.
Tell Harambe we miss him.
Dude,
like that's what I would want to do.
You'd never have to deal with a puppy pooping inside. Unless he just all of a sudden goes, oh, I got poop and pooped. Because he's a puppy. They're little babies. They don't know. But
Yeah,
you can
just
be like,
explain
hey,
stuff.
you got to poop outside. Because I don't want to clean up after your poop.
I'm glad that it's unanimous though. So we would want to talk to animals.
Speak to animals.
Reading minds. It's a great question. This was a great crop of questions, honestly.
It was a very
That's
strong crop of questions.
One of our better ones in recent memory, at least. But great questions, guys. Hit us up on Twitter if you'd like to submit your answers, questions at Pass Grade Pod. I am at Alex J. Middleton. Pat's at not Pat D. And Robert is at Robert Barbosa 03. Remember, get your orders at passgrademerch.com in by December 9th to avoid having to use rush shipping to get it by Christmas. If you order by December 9th, it will be guaranteed shipped in by Christmas Day. Other than that, you'll have to use rush shipping or super rush shipping. Make sure to mark your calendars for Saturday, December 18th. The 8th annual Pass Grade Podcast Christmas Spooktacular is going down at Southern Star Brewing Company, and it's going to be awesome. I'd love to see all of you guys there. I promise next week we will have the Gravies Awards nominations. We'll have a whole segment on that next week, so be sure to tune in. You guys, anybody else have anything for us? Nothing out. And on that note,
That was good timing.
Have a great week. Be good to one another. We love you guys. Give us a 5-star review on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you listen to podcasts. Listen to Robert's podcast, A Recent Study Suggests, at A Recent Study Pod on Twitter and Instagram. Go check him and Sam out. And until we talk to you guys next time, pass the gravy. Yeah. Bitches!
Need a boy who can cuddle with me all night. Keep me warm, love me long, be my sunlight. Tell me lies, we can argue, we can fight. Yeah, we did it before, but we'll do it tonight. An Afro black boy with the gold teeth and dark skin, you're looking at me like you know me.